Hello and welcome to the fourth anniversary Roll Plus Bond charity stream. This year we're supporting Trans Lifeline, an amazing charity that gets trans folks the resources they need to survive and thrive, especially in our modern dystopia that seems to try to make those things as hard as possible for all of our trans friends and trans people among us. Um, Today we are playing a game I wrote. My name is Devin. This game is called Noblesse, Goblige. We were just having a conversation beforehand about how to even pronounce this game. I've seen a lot of different versions of it, but the idea behind this game is imagine a George R. R. Martin novel meets a Jane Austen novel, and then you replace all of the characters with goblins. So we're doing some political goblin intrigue as well as some sort of social ladder bumping with goblins, and also asking the question, what does it mean to be a goblin, and what is fundamental to being in goblin mode. I ask this question every day. I don't know about y'all, but like I said, I'm Devin. You can find me at Devin Decibel online. I'm devindecibel.itch.io. And if you've liked any of the music in the interstitial stuff, a lot of that has been me. And you can find my music at devindecibel.bandcamp.com. So let me pass this to my collaborators today. We got Clay.
Hello.
Do you want to introduce yourself? Or
I'm
just,
Clay. He, they. I'm very excited to play a goblin. I have not written any RPGs. I've written a hack of Honey Heist that features zombies on pulling a heist while there are zombie apocalypse. But it's not anywhere. I just keep it for myself.
I mean, that counts. All right. Fool. Do you like to be called Fool, or what's?
Yeah. You can call me Fool. You can call me Fool Inc. Or you can call me Anthony. He, him pronouns. You can find me online on Twitter at Fool Inc. Nothing really to shill. And quite frankly, if you follow me on Twitter, congratulations every, I don't know, like 5 months when I actually post something.
Nice. Kind of a perennial poster. All right, we got Grace.
Hi, I'm Grace. I use she, they pronouns. Here to have a good time, support trans rights. And my favorite type of muck is red, wet, clay kind of mud. I'm looking at slinging it at all the other people at the table today.
Damn, we should have went around and gave it our favorite mud. Anyways, Ian.
I'm Ian, he, him pronouns, and I'm looking forward to playing my second goblin of the day.
Oh, what?
For folks who were up early this morning for Armor Astir, this is goblin number 2 for me today.
Goodness. Nice. I was a little pig person in Babes in the Wood, which is kind of goblin adjacent. Anyways, this game, if you've ever played Mobile Frame Zero Firebrands or The King is Dead, it's that sort of like anthology style game where there's a bunch of different mini games and we kind of go around and create some drama. It's GM-less, but there is a little bit of a competitive aspect to this game because the setup of the game is that all of our goblins will perhaps be vying for the position of God Boss. Let me read the intro. So, Lady Stinkworth, the matriarch of the Stinkworth clan and current gob boss of the goblin clans of Vertibog, has died without naming a successor. Her mostly skeletal remains were found in mysterious circumstances on the precipice of the Great Puddle, the resting place of the slime god Mwuk, the acidic entity that all goblin kind has sworn fearful fealty to. The parishioners of Mwuk have decided this is a divine proclamation that the Stinkworths are not fit to lead goblin kind. The Stinkworth clan has been brought low, the clans are riled up, and the power vacuum must be filled, whether through civil politics, high-profile unions, occult ritual, or war. You, as in me and my fellow players, are a goblin scion, representing the clan as a potential successor to the title of God Boss. Your clan raised you for this, and you will rise to the occasion to see your clan exalted. You will seek influence, wealth, romance, and power. You will make allies, betray your friends, fall in love with your enemies, and do what it takes to secure success for your clan. The future of Goblinkind is in your hands. So, how this game works is each of us is going to be representing a clan as a whole, but mainly playing a scion of that clan that could become the god boss at the end of the game. So let's go through and represent all of our clans. We should start with whoever's playing the Stinkworth clan because they're sort of the incumbent goblins that are the initial start to this story.
Well. Yes, I am playing the Stinkworth clan, the incumbent goblins. We have held Green Manor, which is the only estate and best estate, and represented Goblinkind for 3 generations. We've always sort of tried to represent a balanced vision of Goblin society. We respect the influence of humans and the ones that help us, of course. But we properly fear the glorious muck. We truly believe that we must lose what makes us goblin. We are under a little bit of slanderous pressure that it is time for a new god boss. This is not true. And the scion I am playing is here to make that clear.
Excellent. And let's just go through real quick and just introduce where our clans are. You can just read the thing on page 7 if you want, and then we'll get into the setting elements. I'm going to be playing the Slalazar clan, who are the pious goblins. The Slalazars are one of the oldest civilized clans and have been frequently leaders of Goblinkind in the past. Their clan crystallized around serving Muck, the slime god, who lives in the Great Puddle, and who lives in tandem with Goblinkind thanks to their efforts. Their political power comes from the general public's fear of consumption by Muck and the bizarre magic that their slime provides. And there are rumors that they feed blasphemers to Muck during a full moon. They believe Goblinkind will be destroyed if they stray from the path of moonlight. The Slalazar are known as cryptic wizards, priests, and deal in the majority of ceremonial matters in Verdbog.
I will be playing the Fanglington clan, the Intrepid Goblins. The Fanglingtons are an old and esteemed clan of warriors. The founders of the clan were celebrated for driving out the Buggins, nasty, violent hive mind creatures that evolved concurrently with goblins in Verdbog. They've also played a big part in protecting Verdbog from the humans' invasions, leading to the current truce with humankind. They believe that the petrified wood helmets of Fanglington demand respect, and that it's time to expand the territory of Goblinkind to secure the future of Verdbog and cultivate respect worldwide. The Fanglingtons are not the only clan to represent in the Verdbog militia, but are currently the most decorated.
All right. I will be playing the McGob clan, the Metropolitan Goblins. We are the youngest upstart clan in Verdbog. After a truce was established with humankind, the McGob sent some of their most savvy goblins to human cities to start business ventures and get educated in human ways, bringing back wealth and technology to Verdbog. The McGobs are clever and rich and believe that the prosperity of Goblinkind relies on embracing the future and becoming more cultured. The McGobs are well-dressed. We write poems, make art, celebrate Goblin progress, and respect Goblin past, at least as long as it's kept in museums. While some goblins grumble about how we've diluted Goblin culture, most have become accustomed to the conveniences and pleasures we've introduced.
And I will be serving as a scion of the Undergris clan. We are the true goblins. The Undergrist participate in society but wish to reject modernity and go full goblin mode. The Undergrist believe that human influence is a poison and that Mwok has subjugated goblin kind for too long. The goblins were born from the mud, and in the mud they shall once again burrow. The Undergrist clans wish to revolt, embrace chaos, and kill God itself. They believe that true goblinization was once a long game, but the rapid progress of goblin kind has become a threat, and an uprising may become necessary. There are frightening rumors of the Undergrist clan cultivating a primordial sorcery.
All right. So those are the main clans in Vertibog, our setting. This game is a little bit asymmetrical, particularly with the Undergree clan or the Undergrist clan. They have a special mechanic where they can try to do a revolution that the rest of us can't. So we'll see if that comes into play.
They
So
can
our
certainly
next,
try.
I mean, I've seen it happen. Our next thing is to talk more about the setting of Vertibog. Normally, how this game works is we're going to go around the table and introduce stuff off the top of our heads of like things that are important about the setting. But to save a little bit of time on stream, we've at least done one round of that ourselves. So we're going to go around and introduce the setting elements. These can be either like things that are literally in the setting or things about goblin culture and goblin propriety. Who wrote the first one here?
I did.
Yeah.
The roofs of the buildings in Vertibog are covered in a layer of soil. Ferns grow out of them, and they're weighed down by the humid air and drape down the sides of buildings.
Very aesthetic. I like that. What else we got? Who wrote this one about Goblin High Society?
I am mute, sorry. In Goblin High Society, one of the highest measures of respect and propriety is how big of a bite a goblin can take out of a nearby flora. This gives the immediate area around Vertibog a strange, pockmarked and chewed up look.
That's so ridiculous. I added that Vertibog is always sinking. The buildings are built on the tops of old buildings, and Green Manor in particular extends deep below the swamp.
And I have one of the Vertibog's newest features is an elevated open-air train, made largely in part from abandoned, in air quotes, human minecarts found, once again, in air quotes, during past raids. The rails have become a point of contention as compromises from all sides have led to once a grand interconnected transportation system becoming just a simple loop. The system has merit, but satisfies no one single faction.
Love a monorail.
Lastly, the muddy terrain of Vertibog has, quote, tides, becoming slushy or red and dry depending on the course of the water that surrounds the bog.
Oh, hell yeah. Would y'all like to do another round of things just off the top of our head that we think are true about our setting?
Sure.
I got another one. We don't have to if we don't have ideas, though. These are some pretty good ones already.
I mean, what else do you have? I mean, obviously, if
I'll
all of us have one, it's fine.
Yeah. I'll just add one off the top of my head. I think a matter of like respect and honor in one's family is to hold on to the bones of your ancestors. So some people have like their like ancestor skeletons literally displayed in their houses.
That sounds cool.
So particularly like old houses have just like big heaps of venerable bones.
That or like partial and like complete skeletons just kind of hanging out as well. Anybody else have one to share? See everybody typing away furiously.
I can share mine and then finish typing it afterwards.
That sounds great.
I think as part of the peace treaty with the humans, there's a trade concession within Vertibog that has been, designed for where we can conduct trade with humans if we're sending goblins there. Presumably, they're at least coming here to some degree. It's resized for humans, but it's not like by making things bigger. Just like everything is just stretched taller, essentially. So it creates this one section of the city where it's like just click and drag stretched everything up an extra couple of feet and is all weird and spindly.
I like it. I added one. Slime is the epitome of mock reverence. A runny nose is a fantastic way to show your respect for the god, so goblins often stand in cold weather or put out heated nets to catch a cold.
All right. I think fashion in Vertibog has for a long time been influenced by external trade and cultures. As an example, when the humans are selling like a bumper crop of corn, you see a big uptick of like shuck-based fashion, from like leftover corn scraps, or if someone is trading seashells, you'll see more pearlescence and like the external cycles of trade of whoever is like upselling whatever to the goblins has a big impact on what they're wearing at the time.
I love that we have swamp corn.
Well, no, it's external corn. It's just we're
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, we may also have swamp corn. I'm not sure. The bog provides.
The humans got us on that fucking high fructose corn syrup diet, or that corn sugar diet. Excellent. Is that everybody?
So I have one more, which was Goblin society does not have a single currency. It's centered around barter, including human currency, though not always in the right order according to humans.
I mean, fuck them.
They
right?
should not have introduced the concept then.
Yeah. They introduced capitalism to goblins, and now they're trying to tell us what to do.
Why is
I
this
don't
time
think so.
more expensive than nickel? Nickel bigger.
Nickel more metal.
Thisson thinks that human influence on telling goblins how metals ought to be shiny is graceful and of low taste.
Obviously, lead is the best. It's the heaviest, so.
And has the most exciting taste when you lick it.
No.
Best metal is sodium. Sodium produces biggest muck boom. Most reverent of swamp.
Yeah, you lick it, your tongue goes on fire. That's awesome. All right. All right. The next step is to figure out our characters and clans. We already figured out our clans, but it's time to figure out who our scions are. Let's see. We can go in any order here. Maybe just go in the order we have been going in.
Or we could go backwards. I'm happy to jump in.
Oh yeah, do. Go for it.
I will be playing Thisson, who has abandoned their former first name, thinking it an invention of slimy preachers and excised influence. Thisson has referred to themselves as Thisson for some time. Educated in both book and in the mud, Thisson is sharp of brain and lower to the ground than any other goblin leader.
Wow, real revolutionary type.
Real
I love
coded book at all times.
the contrast of well-spoken and feral.
Yes, attractive qualities are well-spoken and feral, and the desire is to expose the gunky undersides of those that stand above gobkind.
Nice.
Hell yeah. If we're going backwards, or it would be. Oh, okay, go ahead.
I am playing General Nash Fingington. Nash with a D, like nah. Attractive qualities are clever and wide. and his desire is to get aviation off the ground.
Yeah, that'll be good for the Goblin military to have planes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Is
like,
this
or like it's fun to be up in the air.
is this something that we have seen the humans developing, or is this something that is a goblin smart think of our own creation?
Uh, yes, it is. It is Nash's idea that he has seen
Oh.
in his mind.
Phenomenal.
Saw a bird, and I was like, "What if I was a bird?" Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing Reverend Periwinkle Krug, who is a scion of the Salazar, not from the main Salazar line, but a direct cousin. And my attractive qualities are artistic and hairy. And my desire is to replace the gob boss with a high priest / wizard figure. I think we kind of need to rethink our structure here if we want to go back to traditional Muak-fearing goblin society.
Oh, interesting.
And I think they're kind of like a cool kind of young
Pastor?
young youth pastor, but like also kind of cult leader vibe. I think my own clan is kind of scared of me.
There's a good overlap between that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like it's me in the order then. I'll be playing Grimbles, Grippleford, Miracle Bob, Blimbleton, Niggle Whistle, Stinkworth. We can call me Grimbles. The true scion of Stinkworth and Gobkind. His attractive qualities are acerbic of personality and colorful from the clothes that he wears. His desire is to make a chomp in Mock.
Literally.
Yes.
You want to take a bite out of God?
I want to take a bite out of God. It's got it coming.
All right. I will be playing Gobson G. McGob III, S-Squirrel, the scion of McGob. Pronouns are he, him. Gobson's attractive qualities are sharp of mind and crooked of teeth. And his desire is to be shown the respect that my accomplishments deserve.
Wow. Cool. So the next step is we can all give one of the other characters an attractive quality as well. So we chose 2 for ourselves, but now we will choose 1 for each other. Let's see.
Is this directional? Are we like picking? Are we like passing to the left, or is it I can give one to whoever I want?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I guess let's just base it off of the background on the stream. Stinkworth will give it to Salazar to Undergree to McGob to Fangleton to Bounty to Stinkworth, like clockwise.
Clockwise? Okay.
I have to give it to McGob.
Ugh. I have to say something nice. Ugh.
So, Stinkworth, give me a trait.
Yes, I'm thinking. For you, Pastor Vibes,
Reverend Krug.
I want to say, I think you're handsome. And that's how you're getting away with a lot of this, like, you pastoring cult leader kind of vibes. Like,
hell yeah.
I don't know what that goblin's saying, but his eyes are so dreamy.
Well, what handsome means
their eyes, sorry.
to goblin is maybe not necessarily what maps to human.
No, absolutely not. No. Their eyes are so crusty, whatever works.
Okay. I think this sin is colorful.
Yes.
I think you have
Still
like
my-
multicolored skin.
Still in my brand.
It is It is not the skin it is wearing, all kinds of mud.
Ooh.
Okay, you can have that.
like very dirty clothes, or like you got that clay with mica in it, or you've got like that green peaty bog mud on like the paint. Yeah, it's just it's almost horrid. All right, and then
Your face would look good on like revolutionary propaganda, though.
Just like
Absolutely.
the first one is just headbutts a poster, and then it's like a muddy imprint of a face.
I feel like colorful with mud, it's the same as camo.
Yeah.
I believe that Gobson G. McGob III Esquirrel is, and tell me if you disagree with this, I believe you're hyperactive. You are sharp of mind and crooked of teeth, and you are very busy with your machines and your thinking.
Absolutely. And then for General Nash, I think you are clever and wide and bumpy. I think you've been doing these flight experiments, and so far they haven't gotten off the ground yet, but there's been a lot of falling involved. So
Nice. Yes. So Grimbles, colorful character, but really does want to take a bite out of Muck, which is why. I mean, realistically, it's not really why. It's, but I don't know. It's really in the eye of the beholder because Grimbles is artistic.
Oh, that fits so well into what I had in mind. The reason why I'm colorful. Perfect. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes. Definitely artistic.
All right. Our next step now is to draw up some connections. And we will be doing this by drawing cards. So you might have noticed if you're looking at the stream, this is a 52 or a 54 deck card game, Jokers included. And the different suits usually represent different themes. So for the connections, we're each going to draw a card to establish a relationship with the next person in the turn order. Let's just go in the same turn order we just did. Hearts are going to be a romantic or friendly connection. You'll have to answer how you feel about them. Are these feelings old, concurrent, or unexpressed? If you draw a diamond, you have a connection related to a favor or transaction. What do you owe them? What did you gain? For spades, that's a connection related to aspiration or rivalry. What about them drives your own ambition? How are you fundamentally opposed? And clubs are a connection related to secrets. What do you know about them that others don't? Or what do they know about you that others don't? Do you trust them with this information? So first, Stinkworth would draw a card to establish a connection with Salazar.
Yes. Do I just click the 50 card thing up here?
Yep, just grab one from the yep. Heart.
That's a heart. Okay.
You're not going to keep that. You're not going to keep that. You're just going to establish a heart.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. Yeah. So this is a romantic or friendly connection. Okay. I think these are unexpressed feelings, and I think truly Grimbles is, as much as he hates and would never be caught admitting it, hopelessly infatuated with the youth pastor, Reverend Periwinkle. So
you also
it is
want to fight God, so that might be a problem.
I know. What a tragic love story already. So yeah, I want to bite your God, but I also want to hold you in the dark night. Oh no. Yes. So these are unexpressed infatuation about the good Reverend.
Excellent. And you can just make like a discard pile in that kind of open space. I haven't really figured out where the best place for that is. I did a lot of this graphic design very last minute. All right. Now I'm going to draw one for my connection to the Undergree clan. Ooh, 8. Let's see here. 8 is
Favor or transaction?
favor or transaction. What do you owe them? What did you gain? I was kind of thinking that I already had some weird connections to the Undergree clan, but this might not be that one. That'll be a rumor or reveal later, I think.
Is it something to do with the fact that you're not you're like an offshoot cousin, right?
Yeah, what's your thought related to that?
I mean, this moves in low places. It would be easy to get rid of something or deliver something that would move the scale for priestly one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
The
Okay,
last Scion died.
I know. I think I know what this is, but I think I'm gonna keep it mostly a secret at this point in time. I think the Undergree clan was paid off regarding some information here. What do we owe them? I mean, we don't owe them anything technically. We paid them off to like keep a secret. But so we gained secrecy of a special matter. But
I'm just
we'll
gonna
figure
write
what that
down
is later.
believes they owe us nothing.
Yeah. But this isn't like the club one. I don't necessarily trust you with this information. I can't always have my eyes on you. All right.
And now I have to have feelings about Magab. I suspect that they will be angry.
Awful.
I kind of did this on purpose because the Magab and the Undergree are like fundamentally opposed.
Aspirational rivalry.
10 of spade, a connection related to aspiration or rivalry. There we go.
How are you fundamentally opposed? I wonder.
I couldn't imagine.
Gobson Magab is not like an elderly goblin, right? Gobson Magab the Third is up and coming, young and vibrant, much like
I think so. Yeah.
Much like Thisson.
Yeah, they're the Scion. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh no, I believe that Thisson and Gobson were either tutored by the same sort of circuit or went to a school together. I'm not totally sure what the shape of goblin education is like these days, but are old classmate rivals. And as come more into the clanship, that gulf has only widened.
Oh, I love that.
We have been enemies for a long time.
Do I know that Thisson is the person who I had a rivalry with when I was young and in school? Am I aware of this in both direct, or is this something that we're aware of both directions?
I think you would at the very least know that Thisson, because like Thisson didn't abandon the clan title, right? I'm still the scion of Undergree. It would be hard for me to pretend, but I used to be called Thatch.
Okay.
Right.
I just didn't know how transformative that change was. Cool.
Thisson as a name is kind of like it's kind of hypocritical too, though, because it's like I don't have a name, but I am like this one. I am like calling attention to myself.
The revolution need not be perfect. It need only be goblin.
Hell yeah.
All right. Me and the general here. The Ace of Clubs, a connection related to secrets. What do they know about you that others don't? Do you trust them with this information? I think. I think you're aware that the McGob family, the McGob clan, paid a bribe to keep their scion when their scion was drafted for the militia, to keep them from having to serve in anywhere dangerous, so they didn't have to risk
Oh, that's good.
the loss there. And I don't know if I trust you with that information, but I don't know. I don't know if that represents the feelings of the McGob elders who made that arrangement. But I trust you with that information, correctly or incorrectly.
Wait, did you say that you trust me or you don't?
I do.
Okay, cool.
That's really spicy because there is literally a mechanic in this game where you can get drafted to go fight.
Oh, damn.
Someone needs to pull some connections soon.
There's like always war on the edges of society, and there's like a chance that we might have to
Yeah.
go fight a war to fight off the humans or the funglins or the buggins.
Yeah, the buggins could come back.
Oh yeah, they'll be pissed. Excellent.
All right. I've written that down, so now I can draft my own card with the Stinkwurst.
Is it more love? Love to and from Stigworth? Oh, no.
Oh, spades.
How dare you? I do not love anyone.
Oh, okay, this is interesting. Especially since the one idea that I had was like, oh, childhood for like, no. But let's not do that. Okay. Oh yeah, this is definitely this is a rivalry, but less adversarial than the one between Undergrease and McGob.
Okay.
This is more of this is childhood friends that are the odd couple, with Nash being the more straight laced. Like, I like order.
Absolutely.
Besides the one like kind of dangerous thing that he's pretty into, which is aviation. Well, yeah, you're the artiste.
Yeah.
So I think that would be yeah, it's so this is still it's a rivalry, but it's more friendly in nature than,
Okay.
like I
so
said,
it's more
then
of a professional rivalry than
it's a rivalry between it's the kind of rivalry where between close friends where you've basically just accepted the negative quirks that bug you and will needle each other. That's the type of like
right.
where like people are like, wait, why are you two friends? I don't understand. Like, why are you two like not just like hate each other? And
We don't either.
I don't know, man.
Okay, I love that. That's great.
Cool. All right, so we got our connections. Lastly, we're going to take turns establishing rumors. So we're going to establish a rumor about each of the scions, and the player of that character gets to decide whether the rumor is true or not, but they don't have to decide right away. And regardless of the veracity of this rumor, it can be used against that character at any point. The rumors don't have any mechanical benefits, but obviously will influence how we talk to each other and feel about each other, which will affect the story.
Absolutely.
And also, more rumors will be established during play. Like there's a thing called notoriety tokens, which you can expend at the end of your turn to start a new rumor. So you'll always be able to start rumors on your turn. And let's go in opposite order. Let's go from Stinkworth to Fanglington to McGob and so forth.
Oh yeah, sure.
Mix it up.
So I establish a rumor about about Nash. Then,
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Oh, we're not establishing our own rumors. Got it.
I have a question. I guess. Does Fanglington? Does the military wear for the Fangleton goblins. What does that look like?
Oh, I'm sorry. Could you just repeat what you just said? Sorry.
Yes, the military wear for Fangleton goblins. What does that look like?
Oh, perfect. So, it is okay. The actual war, the actual uniform is more like think a cross between patchworked versions of Roman Legion, Scottish, Highlanders. So a collection, it could be leather armor with that's like the skirt type of vibe. Whether or not it's, like I said, it could be cloth kilt, it could be actual leather, it could be some form of found chainmail, all kind of just patched work together. But like the dress uniform for the high ranking officials would be like, think Victorian era, like military, bright, colorful, like jacket, but still patchworked. Like that is then the key.
Okay. So kind of like those medieval, what are they called, gambesons or whatever, the very colorful fabric.
Yeah, that
thing.
type of thing, like that kind of patterns, but like in that like admiral jacket.
Yeah, in that cut. Okay. Would you say that they wear medals or any other kind of symbol of deeds and accomplishments?
Yes.
Okay, then I know what my rumor is. I want to make a rumor that General Nash's medals are mostly self-made because no one has ever asked about them and what they were given for. So there's a rumor that General Nash just made his own medals, and they're not actually for accomplishments.
Scandalous.
Mm-hmm.
Disgraceful. All right. Okay.
He does have big Zukov vibes, doesn't he? Oh, damn.
That's a good, yeah. That's funny. Okay. So yeah. So the funny enough, the rumor that I was like, I had in my head and threw out in chat is actually the direction that we're going. So
Perfect.
People say that Gobson's famous Lily Chomp was actually 2 chomps, not 1. Dun dun dun.
What?
Oh my god.
That is slanderous, and if I ever hear anyone say anything about that, I will see you in court. And then for this one, I think it is rumored that Vissen's revolutionary activities are actually secretly funded by elements among humankind interested in destabilizing goblin society.
Ooh, fuck.
Dare you?
Underground.
Damn, are we going like super contentious for this game?
Yeah. I'm not gonna
that's what the tea tastes like, yeah.
Yeah, my rumors about Zalazar are not kinder. But yes, outright deny that rumor. How dare you even speak its name? I will see you in the mud pit, you scoundrel. Rumor holds that the Reverend was the first person to inspect the body of the late Lady Stinkworth. This was highly irregular, and the entire clan Zalazar insisted upon it.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Excellent.
If I have 2 hands when one goblin can have 2 fists.
I do like how we do just have very big Death of Stalin vibes right now.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. All right. I gotta give one to Grimbles or the Stinkworth clan as a whole. Ooh.
We've all been
I
going for
get-
personal attacks. Just
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. I'm gonna keep up with that. I'm gonna. So my rumor about Grimbles is that in sort of private like elder channels, that the late Lady Stinkworth had explicitly said that they did not want to make Grimbles the heir, thinking that they weren't fit to lead Goblin kind.
I mean, she's not wrong. But that's what they need right now. I love it. That's great.
do not need a human king. We need a goblin of the people.
One that's willing to make deals with all of them.
All right. So the next step is to draw our hordes. So there's something that has already been set up on the table. Is that we all have a queen related to a certain suit. As I kind of mentioned before, the suits do have sort of a thematic tie. Where do I have this written in my thing? What the heck? I can't find stuff in my own document. Oh, suits, there they are. Okay, so in general, diamonds represent wealth, hearts represent influence, spade represents might, and clubs represent occult. So that is why the Stinkworth clan starts with the Queen of Hearts, being the Queen of Influence. The Fanglington starts with the Queen of Spades, which is the Queen of Might. The Slalazard starts with the Queen of Clubs, which is the Queen of Occult. Magob starts with the Queen of Diamonds, which is the Queen of Wealth. And the Undergreed does not start with a queen, but they start with 4 notoriety tokens, which they can use to spend and make rumors and draw cards.
My notoriety starts at 4. Oh no.
Yes. You don't have a super powerful card, but you have a lot of like fuckery.
Pew,
fuckery,
pew, pew, scandal. Pew,
opportunities.
pew, pew. Yeah.
Yeah.
I live in the muck. I may as well sling it.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
And the relevance of the queens is that at the end of the game, whoever has the most face cards will ascend to the title of God Boss. There's a million things that can fuck that up. So it's not a guaranteed.
Okay.
Basically, you can have a whole strategy where you like get all of the face cards and somebody can instantly fuck that up at the end through a bunch of different mechanics.
Okay.
It gets really messy at the end. It gets really messy at the end. But you know, it's fun to work towards something that can then be ripped from your hands at the last second. Also, if you don't necessarily have aspirations to be God Boss, you can spend this card at any point. Like the value of a card is also important. So if you wanted a high value card to play during a mini game, you can always spend your queen. It just doesn't go in your hand. So like everybody knows when you like, you know, fire your nuke basically.
Right.
Yeah. So that's that. But we are also going to draw cards, which are going to be our hidden hands that we don't show each other. So let's see. Oh, let me put these other cards back in to the pile and then shuffle that pile.
And us non-undergrees all start with 1 notoriety token, right?
Yes. So those are the black tokens. So grab one of those.
Oh, that's what they are. Okay.
Yes.
I take one.
Oops.
The
Dark
one
tall
is very hard to
above
see. Maybe
muck.
that's because I set it on dark mode. Nope, it's just hard to see. Okay.
And try your best not to press the recall button on the cards because I don't want to put those queens in play.
Understandable.
Oh, also I didn't mention this, but the Undergree clan is trying to get both jokers. They're in the deck somewhere, and if the Undergree clan gets both jokers, they have the field they need to start a revolution.
Oh, interesting. Okay. All right.
Okay. So our drawing our hordes. Should have read my own game.
Rule.
Let's see. We draw 3 random cards that we do not show. So grab cards and bring them into your hands.
Oh, into
Right.
the white box at the bottom of the
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah. And when you play cards, they start face down. So you can always choose to flip them. There'll be lots of things where we like trade cards or do deals and
Okay.
such.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Egg salad.
Excellent. Yes.
That'd be hella funny if like there's just like phrases that we've taken from humans that we get wrong, kind of like Esmeralda.
Two
one's-
bees in hand are better than four in a bush somewhere.
Wait till you get me started talking about mindfulness.
Oh no.
Also, just a few other mechanical things that are important. Aces are not high. Aces are low.
Okay.
Aces have a value of 1. Face cards are high, but they all equal 11 when we're doing a value check. So like queens and kings aren't worth like more or less than each other.
Okay.
Aces and jacks are spite cards. If you have any spite cards in your hand at the end of the game, those are things that you can spend at the very, very end after we've already had a winner to like sour their win.
No. Okay.
You can do a usurpation at the end if you collect a big flush, like cards of the same suit.
Oh, dang.
If you have a bigger flush than they have numbers of face cards, that's a usurpation. You can also sabotage their victory with a straight that's bigger than their number of face cards. And there's the last thing that's called fortuitous wind that you can discard 2 pair of the same value to draw an extra card at the end, just if you're like desperate to try to pull another face card. All right, so how this game works.
I have a question for the fortuitous wind.
Yes.
So same value are numbers.
Yes.
The same value, like is a 7 or a 3 the same value, or are they the numbers value?
The numbers value, yeah.
Okay, right. So 2 7s or 2 face cards.
Yeah.
Probably you don't want to discard 2 face cards, but you know. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you know, who knows what you're trying to accomplish?
Just a lot of grudges, my friend. Just a lot of grudges.
Basically, this is all the fuckery that you can do at the end of the game.
Okay. Gotcha.
Like this game is funny because there are lots of mechanics where you can like try to get the perfect hand, but there's so much that can like change in the last second that it almost kind of doesn't matter, but that's part of the fun.
That sounds great.
All right. So how this game works is we're going to go in turn order, like picking mini games and playing out those mini games, much like Firebrands. But we do start with a specific game that sets the story up. I say we should play that first game and then take a break. How's that sound?
That sounds great.
Good.
Cool.
Good.
Did
And then we'll
we
probably
take
take a
2 seconds to mention the charity?
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
I mentioned it at the beginning, but I'm happy to mention it again. If you're just joining us, we are playing Noblesse, Goblige, my Goblin Regency politics intrigue game. And we are currently doing a charity to support Trans Lifeline, an excellent charity supporting trans folks with the resources that they need. I don't know. Does anybody else have anything to say about that?
It's great.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yes.
I think we've done
Please
Trans
do
Lifeline
it.
a couple times before.
And we've smashed our goal 2 times.
Oh yeah,
So
goals been smashed, but you know, you can always smash things into smaller pieces.
And that is truly the goblin state of mind.
It is.
Yeah.
It is good in Goblin to smash into little pieces.
Excellent. So the first mini game is called A Remembrance of Our Dear Godmother. So the setup for this, everybody plays and everybody draws a card except for the scion of the Stinkworth clan. Because
Okay.
this is a game about the wake of Lady Stinkworth. So all of the scions will gather at Green Manor, which is the like main estate where the god boss usually resides, for Lady Stinkworth's wake. The scion of the Stinkworth clan will act as the host of this wake. And we're all going to be giving the Stinkworth clan gifts, so that's why the Stinkworth clan doesn't get to draw a card here.
Oh, it's too much.
So part one is the arrival. So we're gonna ask the Stinkworth clan a few questions. So the host prepares for guests, and as the guests arrive, tell me what Green Manor looks like.
In general, or on this blessed day?
You know, whatever you feel is relevant to the scene.
Okay. So we've established that it's Green Manor is built on buildings that have sunk into the swamp many times in a almost Monty Python way.
Mhm.
All right. I will say that.
I was also going for an Ankh-Morpork thing. I think I mentioned Terry Pratchett.
Yeah, right. Of course, that makes sense. Yeah. So I think Green Manor is a sort of almost Edwardian or Victorian era beautiful villa that's been painted that way, which is a huge piece of wood. But when you walk in the door through that wood, it's sort of like a sunken, decrepit thing that is continually being worked on, much like the Winchester house of like there's always being something added to this house too that has been lost to the swamp. So
Nice.
and for this blessed day, of course, it is decorated in Lady Stinkworth's favorite flower, the durian fruit.
Hell yeah.
Opulent.
Oh yeah.
Yes, only the best for Godmother.
Okay. How is she being celebrated?
Well, I think the lady, she was mostly bones. Is that correct?
Yeah. Her mostly
Okay.
dissolved skeleton was dragged out of
Right.
the shore of the Great Funnel.
Then I think we tied the bones to ropes, and they're sort of hanging so people can touch them and see them.
Amazing.
And sort of if the wind comes by, they sort of knock into each other, and it's her sort of like, I'm still here, even though I'm bones.
What's the vibe of the party, and how are you dressed?
Well, I'm so glad you asked that question. The vibe of the party is, do not forget who has been here for 3 generations. That is absolutely the vibe. And don't get any bright ideas. Grimbles is dressed in a black suit that he stole from a human child. That's why it fits him. He has then taken some chalk from some undergriz mud place and colored in what humans called pinstripes on this black attire, and then captured some peacocks and made a tie of very colorful rainbow tie that is peacock feathers and other colorful feathers dipped in tar so they stick together.
Excellent. All right, now we're going to describe all of the scions arriving and what they are wearing. I'll start. I think Reverend Periwinkle Scrugg is very, very promptly on time. Wants to make sure that they're in the room, being seen by everybody as everybody else enters. So I think they get here early, and even kind of just like to put a little bit of social pressure on the Stinkworth clan is like, oh, we arrived early, and I know you're still setting up, but here I am. Like,
okay.
And they're wearing like a robe, like kind of a tattered robe, that has like a lot of different colors. I think it has like a Starry Night Sky kind of vibe, very wizard roby. but it's extremely long and it like drags behind them through the mud. So they like drag a bunch of mud into the foyer of Green Manor as they arrive.
Well, at least you have manners. That's good.
And I just like make myself fucking comfy into like the tea room or whatever with a bunch of my like my crew just kind of hanging about, being in the way as y'all still set up the wake.
Your entourage. Yeah, so you're totally in the way. That's fantastic. Okay, cool.
Actually, I think the next person that would arrive would be the general. Kind of similar vibes in terms of getting there a bit early, but under the guise of checking sure to make sure that the militia for this important event is at their post, doing their jobs, fitting, wearing the right clothes, all that stuff, but also to get there before other people to show that he is leading the Fanglingtons, and would be a good, respectable person if, by some chance, he was honored with the position of leading not just a militia, but a community. And he I already mentioned this during the kind of the build, wearing a multicolored, the finest multicolored dress jacket of this, like I said, Victorian era style dress jacket, red, blue, yellow, and a nice kilt of plaid, purple and yellow, because why not? The more colors you have, the fancier you are. That's how it works, right? Yes. And then in the tradition, as you would, a general of Nash's standard status is wearing a fine wooden admiral's hat.
Okay.
It's still wooden for no apparent reason that a human would understand, but as we know in Goblinhood Kind, the Fanglingtons use wooden helmets.
Naturally.
Yes.
Petrified wood, though. They're hard.
Yes.
We
show our reverence by wearing the some of the oldest clothing. So yes, petrified wood.
Someone's moving the screen.
Sorry, that was me. I was adjusting things. I didn't like the white bar at the top. I'm sorry. I fixed it though.
It's okay.
I like this more. That's good.
Magab, do you think you show up before I do, or do you think I should?
I was going to ask. I definitely show up. I'm familiar with the human concept of arriving fashionably late, so I'm definitely doing
then
that.
Then I think I arrived before you.
Then by all means.
There is perhaps a window of time where it would be disrespectful to arrive after. And the Undergrease are not so rude to the memory of Lady Stinkworth that they would arrive later than that. Vissen is clad in a kind of flowing ceremonial robe of like bits of tattered cloth and long leaves and peels of bark that weave together into an intricate sort of funerary attire, and is covered head to toe in pallid mossy slime. The very same slime, some may notice, that exists near the precipice of the Great Puddle. And the entourage are a handful of well-appointed gobs in suits and dresses and such, but like with hems rolled up and sleeves pushed back, and all wielding shovels heavy with the slime and the mud.
Awesome.
Yes, the very same slime that she died in.
I cannot believe.
So yeah, I think, however, just late enough that everyone else, that to make sure to get everyone's attention upon arriving. Gobson McGob arrives wearing what he is always wearing, which is a black tuxedo with tails, a ruffled white shirt, and has a bow tie, cummerbund, and boutonniere, all of a matching shade of green that is at the absolute center of a spectrum with snot green on one end and puke green on the other.
Nice, classy.
For a morning event, he's also supplemented this with a black half cape as well, just worn right over the tuxedo jacket. And I think there's a handful of Clan McGob retinue there. I think there's one sticking close to Gobson in sort of like a stained blue slacks and a short sleeved like button downy shirt, and with a like green accountant's visor, but fashioned out of fern fronds. Gobson is like constantly dictating to this goblin who's writing it down.
That's a look.
Excellent. So that moves us to part 2, mingling. All of the scions, including the host, discuss a short anecdote about the Lady Stinkworth with another partygoer. What is a rumor you've heard about the late lady's death, life, or otherwise? And what is your opinion on the matter? I had a thought. Grimbles, you're also artistic, right?
Yes, I am.
What kind of art do you do?
Let me think. Yes. Okay. So like people who see Jesus in toast and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I go out and I take ink presses of chomps that look like famous goblins or scions of houses. So I do chomp presses of in the flora in Vertibog.
Is any of that on display?
Always. It is littered in here everywhere. Yes, for sure.
Okay. I think that doesn't really tie into what I want to do with the Lady Stinkworth death.
Okay, but
that's fine.
you
That's
can
good to know.
adjust it if you want.
No, that's fine. I
Okay.
We're getting some character development here. That's fine.
Sure.
A little bit of postmortem, you know.
Yeah, of course.
If you want to think about it, I have a antidote.
Yeah, go for it.
So this is it's mostly about her life, but also her death. Because Nash is kind of agitated. And will tell other partygoers that like the smallest thing that Lady Stinkworth would find appalling with this wake, like the bone chime should be in the left center, not the right center. And basically that that she would like all these other like little minor nitpicks of that are like quite like slightly out of place, and the fact that he is saying this is actually far overblown, because Lady Stinkworth was more relaxed and free going, and honestly the antidote. So it's the antidote is that she was okay. Let me reverse that then. The antidote is that Lady Stinkworth was more open-minded and accepting of the houses. Someone who tried to bring everyone together and find common ground. Whereas Nash's opinion is slightly the opposite because of his own issues with needing to have order, and also his experiences growing up with like as the childhood friend, like like the Lady Stinkworth is like he's put her on such a pedestal that he is the one fronting over the wake as opposed to the actual clan Stinkworth.
Yeah. Damn, we're coming in bitchy on this.
I would love to keep that going. If
Okay.
no one objects. This one, caked in slimy mud and flanked by laborers, by excavators of the very muck, will ask in good faith if anyone knows why the Lady Stinkworth did not entertain any of her own clans members in the week up to her death. She would not meet with them, she would not see them, and in fact, it was left to other goblins to take her body out of the muck. They did not retrieve her themselves.
How'd you come by that kind of information, Decent, huh?
I speak with the gob. I speak with the people who dug her up. I went down to the site itself to see with my own eyes what
Good
the
right.
I
nature
was
of the
there
dig
first,
was.
of course.
Of course, you were there first by your godly slime pit, as is your wont. But it was not the Stinkworths who sent shovels. It was the church. It was the people who came to exhume the late gob boss.
And speaking of that, it is time that as a community, we had a serious conversation about this. Now, I wanted to spend some time in my thoughts and spend some time analyzing all of the evidence before I brought this claim to the community. But unfortunately, it is my responsibility to illuminate the fact that amongst her bones, we discovered implements for primordial sorcery.
That is slander. Take that back.
Lady Stinkworth was engaged in blasphemy right in the face of our god.
You rush to take her body as your own, and then you accuse the good lady of digging deep into old mud for ancient magic.
I'd rather die than agree with an undergree, but this time he's right.
I do not
Yours.
accuse. I simply show. What is known.
Thyssen will just make a gesture with the arm, kind of like to smack at the open air, and a lump of slimy muck lands at your feet.
I am honored by your gesture.
You are used to the mud that the lady died in. You seem
Why
familiar with it.
What are you pandering? What are you pandering for, Decent, huh? He's slinging garbage, delicious as may be.
I think Gobson has been kind of making a point to be nearby this conversation, but again, with the constantly dictating, pretending to not pay attention to it, but at this point, interjecting with, well, it's not surprising if she became desperate and was pursuing dark means.
What's your words?
The state of the Stinkworth investments were really atrocious. It was only a matter of time before they were going to be insolvent, and she was probably just trying desperate to find a way out of that. You know, old prosperity rituals, something like that.
And yet they buy human fruits and draperies for her going away thing.
How dare you say we participate in commerce? No, we steal like good goblins do.
I'm surprised I'm aligned with the military, God, but I'm thinking this might work out.
This party has gone so badly.
Nash
Yeah,
is just-
nobody had good rumors for Mr. Stinkworth.
I don't even know what insolvent means, but I don't care for your tone.
It is
Go up,
the
son.
thing their
It
god
means that
does.
everything's stuck together because you unstick things with a solvent. Didn't you go to school?
Ah, it is the thing that their gooey idol does. It breaks apart what it contains.
It is still
Uh.
blasphemy because it's fun, but still blasphemy.
Hmm.
Nash is literally silent, but like clenched fists, just holding everything in.
Oh yeah.
Has
Well-
everybody contributed to the rumor mill here?
I think
Think
we're-
If that'll
not
be
much.
all you do of dragging our poor godmother at her funeral, no less. Oh, I think I had enough. No, for gifts.
Yeah. Part 3. Part
Question
3, the
about.
final. What's up?
Sorry. Do the rules for it first, then I'll ask my question because you
Okay.
didn't answer.
Part 3 of the wake is called the final oath. As is polite and proper, the visiting scions bring a gift to the scion of the bereaved clan. Each player, besides the one playing the Stinkworth clan, picks a card from their hoard and donates it to the Stinkworth clan. These cards should be shown face up as they're given. And so based off of the suit of the card, remember hearts are influence,
Oh.
diamonds are wealth, spades are might, and clubs are occult. You're
Where
gonna donate
is the
cards.
reference for this? Sorry.
It's on page 10. Suits towards the bottom.
Ah, okay. Yes, thank you. All right.
Cool. So you're gonna explain what gift you bring, and do you give this gift with a genuine smile or one with venomous fangs? It seems like we're all in venomous fang territory, but this could.
Sure does.
Do we draw our card that we draw before or after we select our gift? Do we have the 4 cards, I guess, to choose from for the gift, or just the 3?
Just the 4. So you
Okay.
you can give the one that you pulled at the beginning of
Okay.
this game.
All right, I hadn't done that yet, but okay, cool.
Oh, wait, we were supposed to draw a card. Whoops.
No, not you, not you.
Not me. I'm Stinkworth. That's correct.
Because you're about to get a bunch of cards. You're about to get 4 cards.
Yeah, I am. What a great clan I picked. Good.
Well, I think I know what my gift is.
Oh no.
Okay. Which is a handful of very shiny but very small dimes to help defray the costs of the wake, since I know that Clan Stinkworth is on such hard financial times right now.
Okay. So that's good. And Nash will give what he believes to be Lady Stinkworth's a vase of what like I said, what Nash believes Lady Stinkworth's favorite flowers are, which are the muck willows.
Right.
This is a genuine gift.
Given warmly. Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
I spoke of evidence. I pull out and return the ritual knife that I found by her corpse.
Whoa.
But it's like partially rusted and fucked up. So that's why it's like of no value. And I smile and say, like I said, observations, not accusations.
As these paltry gifts are spread before the current High Lord Stankworth, Undercris has like a bemused smile on at this and has a bemused smile on their face, and it takes a minute for people to notice that the laborers have vanished, only to return with heaps of muddy and misbegotten things. And I give every shovel and every broken bit of old goblin thing that was in the pit where the lady's body was found, her finery, what was surviving, the shovels that dug her out, and when this mucky and heavy heap of junk and shovels is placed at the foot of the Stinkworth throne. Say the
What about
people
this
of
makes
the
it a cult?
This is a secret, right? It's clubs.
Oh, so the secret's for connections, but it's a cult for cards.
Oh, it's a
in the
cult for
game
the
too.
Oh,
gift.
cult.
It could be. It could be like sort of like philosophically a cult. Like I am like giving you the power of the people. Sort of.
I think I could spin this.
Yeah.
The muck chasing tongue bender speaks the truth. The lady was desperate in her late hour, and she combed through these old things to find some power, something that would deliver her from you. And I point at Lord Stinkworth. She wished nothing of your succession, of your pomposity, of the weight of your goblitude. And we, the people of the bog, had to dig her out of the mug when you left her there to die.
I appreciate all your gifts, and I have but one word to say to all of you, and that's, oh no, it's happening again. And I start to boogie down, to dance disco. Just don't look at me. This is a side effect from chomping on something a long time ago. Don't. It'll pass in a moment. Just leave.
It is disappointing that she was correct in your weakness.
Nash starts to tell the military to kindly collect everybody out of the room.
We already left. We left once we gave our gift. That was it.
The Undergrease party obliges a single muddy track of dozens of footprints marching out the door.
I was the first to come, and I will be the last to leave. I have a final sort of message that kind of relates to like the artistic expression here. I have my people bring in a second gift, which I'm just gonna like hand wave is not a card thing, but I bring a like a beautiful, realistic like landscape portrait of Muak in the Great Puddle, and I have my people start putting it up in the foyer. Just as a reminder.
You put it up in my foyer?
Yeah. Just as a reminder of what's important here.
You rascal, you. I think maybe it's the unrequited love that I just wave it by. It's God damn it.
So I gave the other one with like a little bit of a venomous smile, but this one I give with like a sort of genuine smile, as if like, this is what you truly need, guidance in this hard time.
Yeah. Thanks, I love it.
And I leave with my retinue.
Okay.
Seems like the thing that he truly wants to chomp on are matters of the heart.
I'll deny it to my dying day.
So
all right.
Let's go to the hour before we take a break.
Sure.
So we'll just do the one main break at 2 hours in. So one question we didn't answer to determine the actual turn order is who amongst us has most felt like a goblin lately?
Well, didn't somebody just play a goblin on stream?
Oh, that's super true.
Yeah.
That's true. I did
Yeah.
do that.
I was
Someone
gonna say if it
stacked
was-
their cards for this session, I see.
So then let's make the turn order like starting with you and then going around the circle as we have been.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know what mine is, and this should go pretty quick. I think I would like.
One sec.
That is-
One sec. There's a little thing.
Okay.
So with
right.
the normal cycle of play, yes, you do pick a mini game to play, but there is a little bit of stuff you got to do before.
Okay.
So this is kind of what makes this game unique compared to other games of its sort. There's a quick action phase and an imminent threat phase. So at the beginning of your turn, you have one of 6 optional quick actions that you can take. Scouting for well, let me actually explain the imminent threats first, because that'll kind of determine maybe if you want to take some of these quick actions. At the beginning of every turn, we need to do what's called a looming doom roll and a slimy judgment roll. These are to sort of indicate what's happening in the kind of greater setting. The looming doom roll has to do with like antagonistic forces kind of poking at our borders. They could be the humans, they could be the funglins, they could be the buggins, but like basically, are we seeing like antagonistic activity at our borders? And how this works is we roll a d6 for it, and then depending on that number, we'll write that number down and mark an X to it. And anytime we have to do a looming doom roll, if that number comes up again, we mark another X. And if we get 3 X's on that number, then we are forced to play a game about like going to war. And similarly with the slimy judgment roll, it's like, is Muck getting upset? So every time we roll the same number that's associated with our slimy judgment roll, Muck stirs more and more, and at some point could like literally attack us. So there's like a slime kaiju mini game where we have to like make Muck calm down. So I'm just going to do this real quick. I'm going to get a number for both of these. I have a physical d6. So 4 is going to be our imminent threat value, and 5 is going to be our slimy judgment value. So back to what I was saying about the quick actions. Scouting for danger. If you donate a spade card, you can prevent a looming doom roll. So if you're like putting in a little bit of like military work to make sure that our borders are safe, you can forego the roll this turn. There's prayer to the puddle, which is similar. This forgoes a slimy judgment roll by doing some sort of like ritual or worship or tribute to Muak. There's research and development, which you can donate a diamond card. This is useful because if the total value of the cards invested reaches 20, that allows us to play the Vertibog Cultural Fair minigame, which is a special minigame associated with the Magob clan. There's snail mail. If you discard a heart of any card, you can dictate a quick letter to somebody, and you can figure out how private that letter was. And then there's the dig through the trash. This one's particularly useful for the Undergree clan. If you can discard any card to shuffle the discard pile back into the draw pile. So if you saw somebody else like discard a Joker,
yeah,
you can then throw it back into the draw pile to possibly get it in your hand. And then lurk in the shadows, discard any number of cards to force another player to reveal but retain an equal number of cards. So basically you can like expose people by donating cards. But you're not obligated to take any of these actions. They're just things that you can do at the beginning of your turn if you want.
Cool. I don't think I'll do any of those this turn. And we already did our rolls and have everything for that. So
Yep.
I think I would. The game I'd like to do is Goblin Trigue, and for that I need to draw a card and take a notoriety token. Alrighty. Okay.
Goblin Trigue is
And
always the recommended game if you don't know what you want to do on your turn and you just want to like push the plot forward.
so this is the first time we're doing it. I'll read the rules for it if that's all right.
Sounds great.
Play this game if you want to muster your horde and set some chaotic schemes in motion. Setup, only you play. Draw a card and take a notoriety token, which I just did. And then to conduct the game, choose another player's clan, not your own. You represent your clan as a background force, leading people into the right places to make things happen. Choose an event from the list and read it out. Choose at random or with forethought, but don't deliberate. Whichever option you choose, follow its instructions. While it's not mandatory, it will certainly add color to your story to collaborate on the details of the prompt with the clans involved. Narrate a moment, but don't play a scene. If a clan from a prompt is unrepresented, we're representing all the clans, so we can skip that. I would like to pick from the Stinkworth clan list. One of the options here is a young Stinkworth scion marries a rising McGob entrepreneur. Deal one card each from the deck to both the Stinkworth and McGob clans. So I think, and tell me what you think about this, Clay, obviously. I think that this is actually just a genuine thing, like these two are just in love and married. But I think the McGob clan as an institution is spinning this as the running out of money Stinkworths are trying to marry into our money.
How dare you?
This is meant to have Pride and Prejudice vibes, by the way.
Yeah. You know what? I think we accept, not because, and we don't want any of your dowry, we don't want any of your money, but we accept because at the end of the day, goblins should just be goblins. And what is not more goblin than marrying goblins? So yes, of course, the Stinkworths believe in love. And if you just will send that dowry discreetly, that would be pretty good.
Yeah, no, we know how to handle that under the table. And let's each take a card.
Just jumping on the chance for unity after that miserable funeral, huh?
Yeah, absolutely, it was sour vibes at that funeral, and not even because of Lady Stinkworth dying. Okay, interesting.
All right, then that would move to Anthony, right?
Fangington, yes.
Oh, also, last thing. At the end of your turn, if you want, you can spend a notoriety token to start a rumor. Just throwing that out there. Game mechanic.
I will not this turn, but thank you for noting when we can do that.
Is there anything else you can spend notoriety tokens on?
I think you can. I recently redid the rules. I think you can spend them to draw a card. If you just want another card. Let me confirm that.
Yes.
Yes.
At the end of your turn. Got it.
No, at any point.
Oh.
So for notoriety tokens, you can draw a card at any point in the game or start a rumor at the end of your turn. Cool. Let's continue on to Fanglington. Do you want to do any quick actions?
General
Nash. Uh-oh. Ian is muted, so maybe that's why.
Well, Ian is McGob.
Oh, right. Yes, of course. Sorry.
Yeah, Fool is the general, I believe.
Fool, right. Anthony.
I'm on mute.
Good.
That would be why. Yes. Yeah. So no quick actions from me, as the militia would kind of had their hands full.
All right, then I'm doing a Lumen Doom roll.
Yep.
1, you're safe. Slimy Judgment roll. 1, we're safe. No military action being seen. Muck seems to be doing what they're doing.
Okay, so I'm also going to be doing Goblin Intrigue. This time for the Megob clan.
Hmm.
All right.
Yes. So in the hubbub of all of this, inspiration struck one of the McGob's brand designers, creating the hottest new fashion trend in Vertibog. Deal 1 card from the deck to the McGob clan. And I should have drawn a card before I did that. So 1 moment. So that's okay.
Do you have an idea of what this fashion trend is?
Yeah, actually, it is. This was caused after the mud was thrown, and it just splattered in the right way for that McGob. And so the new fashion trend is mud patterns on your clothing. In like, I don't know, like a picture, like almost like a constellation-esque like pattern.
Jackson Pollock, but
Yeah,
on your
I
clothes,
was about to say.
slimy mud.
Yes, exactly.
Excellent.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. It's called pants-tracked expressionism.
Ooh, that's good.
Mm.
And I will take a card. Hand limit is 6. Am I remembering that right?
Oh, is that true?
I don't know. I know that comes up.
Whoops.
But
I
so
could be
speaking
making
of
that up.
things that are true,
Oh, but I think you go down to the end of your hand limit at the end of your turn.
Okay, just checking.
Technically, Stinkworth should have gone down to 6 at the end of the first game, but we can just have them go down to 6 at the end of their turn.
Okay.
All you high and mighty nobles with a bounty of cards.
but no, much like the good new fashion. What else is good is donations to the charity. So we have a $10 donation from Richard, and which the message "Thanks for doing this," and we have a $300 donation from L10 Tivy. Hopefully, I didn't.
Go.
So we are at $3,620,000, which is, as I believe it, the most that we have raised as a group for any endeavor that we've had, stream, bundle, or otherwise.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
It's goblin time.
So cool.
Goblins say trans rights.
Trans rights.
Right.
Excellent. Do you want to start a rumor?
No. I like the chomp rumor that I have going.
Yeah, it's a good rumor.
Okay.
Excellent. Stinkworth.
Yes. So if there's any quick actions I want to do. So I'm not sure I understood what it is we're trying to avoid with the dice rolling thing.
Okay, I'll explain it real quick. Every turn, there's a Looming Doom roll and a Slimy Judgment roll. And the number associated with Looming Doom is 4, and the number associated with Slimy Judgment is 5. I'm going to roll a die twice at the beginning of each turn. If the Looming Doom roll hits 4, I put an X next to it. If the Slimy Judgment roll hits 5, I put an X next to it. And if either of those accumulates 3 X's. What's that?
So it's a match. If there's a match.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if we get 3 hits on one of those, we are forced to play one of the mini games.
Gotcha.
And if it's your turn, you still get your turn afterwards, but the immediate thing precedes it.
Okay. I want to discard a diamond to research and development.
Okay. Investing in Goblin future. Love
yes. In goblin future, not human future. Yes.
Excellent. What's the value on it?
Do I show it?
Click
Yeah.
it. Yep.
Okay, so it's free.
Cool.
Okay.
So that's 3 out of 20.
Yeah.
Yes.
So where's the discard pile at the moment?
We could just put it next to the notoriety tokens.
we have
so,
one. Do
There
we?
isn't like a box for it, but you can just put it in that like empty white.
No,
white
but
space.
I mean we haven't discarded anything.
Carded anything yet?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I want to do the
That's a 2 on Living
Noblesse.
Doom
Uh,
and a 4 on Slimy Judgment. So we're safe this turn from military actions or slime kaijus.
nice. I want to do the Noblesse Goblige.
The titular
Um,
game.
Yes, exactly. And I need a horde of at least 4 cards, which I have. So I'll just read this out, just so the stream knows. The high goblin clans of Vertibog recognize their responsibility to their community. Part of what makes their leadership work is their continued care and investments into the city. Clans also know this improves how Goblinkind sees them, which also benefits their agenda and acquisition of more resources. So I, as the active player, choose 2 cards from my hand that I'm willing to donate to the community and place them face up on the table. I also take a notoriety token.
If you place it directly on top of the other one, it'll make it into a pile.
Oh, good point.
And if you want to drag the whole pile, drag the number, is what I've learned.
Right. Okay, cool. I will give, and I share them face up, right?
Yeah.
Right. I am willing to donate, and I want to frame this first. There's been a lot of insinuation that the stink words are insolvent. This is, of course, slander. So we are here to flash our, what do humans call it? Currency, to show that it's not true. Simply not true.
Oh, those are
Wow.
some big donations. Military strength and magic strength.
Yes. The good kind magic, not the bad kind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I mentioned this, but yeah, there's a cultural difference between slime magic and primordial sorcery. One of them is considered good, one of them is considered evil.
Yes. So I need to answer something about how this donation is being publicly advertised. Is it a charity event, an article, special service in the church mock? During the event, anyone can ask anyone for details about the location and circumstances. And I draw 3 more.
Mhm.
Is that correct?
Yep.
And then choose one and discard the other 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you basically spend 2 cards to get 1, but you get to like curate.
Okay, interesting. I discard the other 2. All right.
And yeah, you discard them all face up.
Huh? Sorry?
You discard them all face up.
Oh, okay.
So
Yep.
basically, in this game, any card that gets discarded should be face up, so everybody sees what's being discarded.
I discarded a 4 of hearts and a 6 of hearts.
And then you
Or
also
can I
discard
I also discard the 2 I donated?
yes.
Okay, cool. Cool beans.
So give us some
And
deets on this.
sorry. This is a public announcement. In that weird pulp thing made out of tree pulp that the gobs have brought in, called a paper or news or something. In any case, we have placed we bought all the pages in that paper and just reprinted the same ad over and over.
Yeah. Not quite understanding
And
how
it just
these
says
papers work.
in all caps, we are not insolvent. And breakdown of what we have donated.
Tweeting, I am not owned.
Yeah.
Yes, the venerable Lord Stinkworth Grimbles, all of them are, and you can all suck it. So, yeah. That's not in paper. That's a personal message. Okay. Each of the other players can make a public comment about the notation and associated event/press. The comment can be from the perspective of their scion only, not their retainer, so you don't play with that.
So
think I know
what's
what
the
my-
coverage of
sorry.
this like?
Whoa.
Oh, sorry. I was asking what like the coverage of the event is like. Do you think it's focusing on how much money you're giving, or like?
Absolutely. There is
Mhm.
a detailed breakdown. I think we have kidnapped one of the accountants that was in your entourage, Gobson, to like make it truly whatever a Gobson would appreciate.
Okay.
This is donation out of spite, targeted towards one clan, but for all to see.
Got it. Love it. Cool. Well, I think I know what our reaction to that is.
Okay.
I think we just issue a public statement, completely ignoring the donation entirely, but note how proud we are that Clan Stinkworth has finally seen has finally come into the modern era and is embracing the paper news that we've established, and as a gift from Clan McGob to Clan Stinkworth to assist with their further embracing of these new reforms, we think that we've decided to allow you the services of one of our accountants.
Allowed, yes.
The
you little shit. Okay.
we can all comment, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
The commentary from the Undergree Pit is brief. The fact that the Stinkworths are colluding with McGobs to display their opulency goes against the wishes of their murdered lady and spits in the face of the Gob people. A disgrace on us all.
Wow.
That's good. That's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The official stance of Nash Fanglington is, per usual, silence, as the general, as it would be improper of the general of the militia to make such a public statement for or against someone who's potentially compromised internally. Nash is very upset and worried because he knows Stinkworth don't have that money.
Oh no.
Similarly, Reverend Periwinkle Scrugg is giving like a sermon, and they're speaking of like the value and the propriety of like investing in your community and investing in the church, and how it's important to give if you have some to give. Of course, donate to Trans Lifeline. But like they say it in a really kind of like pitchy way, or it's like, and we pray for the Stinkworth that they're not divesting themselves of all that they need and all that they need to survive. Like basically calling them poor in a sermon, indirectly.
The slander.
Well, I like the first response. And I didn't think that would be the best one.
I mean, it's press. It's people are talking about you.
Damn. Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I wanna start use a notoriety thing.
Yes.
Ooh.
And I want to start a rumor about the goblins, right? My gob,
McGob?
sorry. Yeah, goblin is the person. That the Magobs are taking payments from humans that are bringing in they're poisoning the bog of Vertibog essentially to control our minds so that we start liking humans.
Oh my god.
So the humans are basically America, and we're the Middle East. They're like donating to a bunch of different parties that hate each other, so that they like fight and destabilize each other. This is fucked up.
Oh yeah,
Well, it's
for
all
sure.
rumors. It's all rumors. Who could say?
I'll add the rumor in the rumor mill here. Oh, okay, someone's already joined. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Excellent. Since it's about to be the top of the hour, why don't we take a break here?
Yeah.
Does that sound good to y'all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gives me time to scheme.
Excellent. I'm about to do some real scheming too. So yeah, I'll see y'all at 6 after the hour.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right. Hello and welcome back to the Roll Plus Bond 4th anniversary charity stream in support of Trans Lifeline. How much? What number are we at so far in terms of the donations? I have a million tabs.
$3,620.
Fuck yeah! That's all going to Trans Lifeline to support trans folks with the resources they need to survive and thrive. Let's get back to the game. Oh, by the way, I guess I should do a quick little plug for myself as well. I saw somebody in the chat saying, this song kicks ass. Yeah, that's me. You can check out my music at devindecibel.bandcamp.com and also check out this game that I wrote that we're playing at devindecibel.itch.io. I only say that because I am a poor as fuck freelancer living at basically the poverty line in San Francisco, one of the most expensive cities in the world. So, gotta rep myself a little bit here, being given a public platform. Anyways, it is also my turn in this chaotic goblin intrigue game.
Delightful.
Okay, so quick actions. I'm not going to do any of them, so I'm going to roll. Looming Doom. Looming Doom hits on a 4. Adding an X to it.
Yikes.
Is that the first X?
Well, it starts with 1, so basically just needs to come up twice. There's probably, since I had nothing to do with this, I'm sure there's maybe some like Fanglington surveyors kind of out on the borders. What does that usually look like when there's kind of like turmoil? Are y'all like tracking like different like groups of people on the edges? Like what are those patrols look like?
I think the patrols are in pairs. So two pairs of goblins on their where'd it go? They're riding on large cats called.
Cool.
Yeah. So maybe this was something that we had, but I'm bringing it back.
It was something that I added and then I deleted because I wanted to add the sinking Green Banner thing.
Yeah, no, swamp cats are still a thing.
Cool.
They are as big as like a large, maybe a small like large cat, like a lynx or something. And they are rideable. So they act both as a hunting dog as well as a horse.
Cool. So we probably see like a little bit of parties of either humans, funglins, or buggins, but we don't know who's like threatening us yet because we don't know who it is until the attack happens.
Yes.
Cool. And rolling Slimy Judgment. Slimy Judgment does not hit. So we're safe. We're safe from Muck's wrath at the moment. Cool. I am going to play Stealing Slime Together, which is my bad pun on stealing time together from Firebrands. Play this game to have a private liaison with another scion and exchange favors. You might also end up engaging in intimacy, but casual and platonic meetups are also possible. Make it clear before you start if you are or aren't interested in more intimate themes. In the bustle of Vertibog, it can be hard to have a moment alone with a confidant, especially as scions of different clans. But everyone knows it's useful to have friends amongst the enemy. Sometimes enemies can become much more. All right, so I choose one of the other players to be my partner in the liaison and decide together how you came to be meeting like this. And during the liaison, anybody can ask questions or details about the location and circumstance, and also decide together whether your liaison is illicit in any way, and if so, what might happen if you're discovered. So I am asking Thissin.
Yes.
To meet with me.
I was really considering doing this on my next turn.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It seems like you are to be my unlikely ally in this chaos.
This wretched time.
This bad time in Vertibog.
Yeah, where are we meeting?
I think I come to you.
Mm-hmm.
So where are you?
If I wanted somewhere private but accessible to you, um, there's probably like a kind of cafe space that like closes down. They do like teas from leftover herbs and like fermenting moss out of the muck to like blend it into something. It's not great,
Yum.
but it is decent. And I have
That sounds like leisure to me for goblins.
oh yeah, I've pulled a favor to get in after hours.
Ooh, okay. So
Mhm.
I like warned you that I was coming. Maybe then.
Oh no, like you put out vibes, and I told you to meet me at this place at like after closing time.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about this being super illicit though.
Mm-hmm.
Like it probably wouldn't be uncommon for the youth pastor to go talk to the heathens, you know?
Mm-hmm. I believe then it's Thisson who's really trying to keep this quiet because Thisson has kind of been railing against you publicly. Like the church was maybe complicit in her death. And it's a bad look to be real friendly with you at the moment.
Yes, but I'm explicitly not of the main Salazar line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm a branch.
What kind
Um,
of tea do you want when you get there? What
ooh.
horrible moss tea do you prefer?
I literally just made tea, and I'm drinking Earl Grey, but that doesn't sound like a goblin.
I
Or
mean,
no, Earl Grey makes sense because undergree.
yeah, you could have like a peaty, bitter moss tea,
Ooh, yeah, love that.
like gray and a little chunky.
It's Earl Grey. Like we heard about Earl Grey tea, so we made our own. It has nothing to do with like bergamot or whatever. It's just like hot gray liquid.
It's Ian's suggestion. It's swirl of gray. Perfect.
I fucking love that.
Yep.
So while this meeting is not illicit, I do show up in kind of a weird way. So like I do come with my retinue, and we kind of like show up outside the cafe. But before I enter, I remove my church robe, and underneath I'm just wearing like a filthy
Interesting.
loincloth.
I do not have an entourage that you see.
Okay. And I go in to meet with you alone. I leave my retinue outside. Um,
Um.
and we also each draw a card.
Yes. Thank you.
Oops. For some reason, virtual tabletop.io like loses connection for me a lot. Does that
Mm.
happen to any of y'all? Okay, interesting. Interesting cards. Okay.
Yeah.
Ask each other, how do you look to me? What is your mood?
I look relaxed, but not all the way at ease. It's like I'm very comfortable, but I'm not. I never like fully give my back to you, or I never fully like put my guard all the way down. There's a there's like a cauldron of this tea, and there's some ladled into like a horrible little wooden cup for you. I think dressed in like more of a long coat, still that kind of patchwork, colorful aesthetic, but this is more around town clothing. Uh, how do you uh, how do you look to me?
As I kind of mentioned, yeah, I look exposed. I look debased. I look as goblin as you've ever seen me
Hmm.
in my like filthy loincloth
And what
and
would you say
almost
your
naked.
mood is as you take the tea and huddle in to the restaurant, the
So
cafe?
detecting Periwinkle's mood is kind of hard. Periwinkle
Mm-hmm.
is a show goblin. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're reverend, they give sermons. Like what their true emotion is basically always inscrutable. Like they are always like handsome, smiling, poker face. Um, so you aren't quite sure what I'm about yet. And this was like a weird gesture for me to like remove my like holy robe.
Yeah. Um, Conversely, Vison's expression is it's pure satisfaction. It's like when you get a nose full of good soup smell, right? It's like, ooh, this is gonna be delicious.
All right. So conducting the liaison.
Periwinkle.
Ah.
How's the tea?
It is quite lovely. Listen, thank you for always remembering the the true goblin delicacies. I feel like especially some of the Magab clan kind of lose sight of our own culture, if you know what I mean.
Yes, quite.
So there is a thing we need to do.
Uh-huh.
Scions of important status know that it's important to get business out of the way first. You might have come here for friendship or love, but there's no denying that you're also here because you need something from your confidant. And just also in terms of like casual platonic and intimacy and stuff like that, I'm open to whatever, but I have no specific intent.
Same here. We'll see where it goes.
Okay, cool. Important to get that out of the way. All right. You may take turns asking your confidant if they can spare you a card of a specific value or suit. They must respond truthfully if they have one. If they can not do you this favor, draw a card. If you have one but are not willing to spare it, you must be honest. If they will not do you this favor, draw a card. If they agree to the favor, take the card offered to you. After this exchange of favors, what's up?
How specific do we have to be with our ask, right? Like if I wanted, for instance, a 7, do I have to be like a 7 of a suit? Can I ask for a suit? Can I ask for a number?
Yeah, you can be as specific as you like, actually.
Okay.
You could ask me for a joker if you wanted.
I mean, I will lead with it. Reverend, do you have a joker that Reverend, do you have a joker that I might borrow?
Yeah, actually.
And you're willing to give it?
I am.
Oh.
It might even be why I'm
here. Oh.
I know I definitely led that, but
okay.
That's yours now.
I'll show it to the table and I will pocket that. What is
the church isn't funding the revolution. That's not what's happening.
Oh boy.
Do you have a face card? I'll take any face card.
So jokers don't count, right? Like there's the one that you just gave me.
They do, but if you don't have like another one, then you can just be like, no, I don't have it.
I don't have any face cards that aren't jokers, and so I'm not willing to give you one.
That's fine. If they will not do you this favor, draw a card. That's fine with me. I came here with my arms open, not with my arms looking for anything.
It's to my disappointment that I don't have anything more concrete to offer you.
I think you have a lot to offer me in the future.
Interesting.
So it says, yeah, after this exchange of favors, converse as you like, naturally, discuss ambitions and plans, or just enjoy one another's company. If the vibe is right, one of you can make a move using the prompts and the other should respond. So we can just kind of talk normally, but if we want to get romantic, we can, but I don't know if that's the vibe yet.
So I'm curious, you gave me something really big. Like narratively, do you have an idea what this Joker is? Is it like big picture? Is it an opening to attack? What am I getting here?
I'm giving you a list of suspected blasphemers. I'm giving you like a black book that the church has been holding.
These are those who have conversed with the humans on the darker sorceries.
Yeah, and this is useful to you because these are actually potential allies to you, not people that you would want to expose.
You give me this. Why? I will not remove these people for you.
I give you this because I'm interested in a new zeitgeist. I'm interested in a new way of doing things around here. I feel like Stinkwith Clan has made us into something we are not, and our other clans have done nothing but enforce this change. While I am open to new ideas, I do think we're losing sight. And I think it is causing us to have more contention within the community because nobody knows what we are meant to be. when deep down we should truly know what we are.
Uh, Big toothy smile takes a long sip of the tea. I have not been quiet about what I think that is, but you and your slime priests, you keep to yourselves. If you've come here, then surely you have something in mind for how you wish things to go.
I'm
What is the
interested in I'm interested in nature taking its course. So you might think that we're fundamentally opposed. Your clan thinks that Mwak has subjugated us. But I think the will of Mwak is subjective. I think we have interpreted the will of Mwak, but that has been interpreted by people, by members of my clan. Who isn't to say that there aren't other interpretations?
This would be the second time I do you a good favor. Or is this you repaying what you owe?
What I do or do not owe is not the issue here. I'm just looking to invest in change.
And I think Thyssen is going to, like, kind of curl in their seat a little, leg crossing the other, sip on the tea. If you're unwilling to commit to what you should give to your fellow gob, then maybe you are no different than the other Slallies are.
That's fair. You're able to think of me whatever you wish to think of me, but this is not an empty gesture. I will continue to prove who I am.
Where are your enemies, priest? I know where mine are.
I prefer not to think in binaries of friend and enemy. I think any could become either at a moment's notice. But I try to invest in friendship.
I think the goblins that turn upon their own family, that do ill by the Lady Stink. I've forgotten the clan name.
Stinkworth.
Stinkworth. To be so usurped and discarded. This cannot be what being a goblin is, to turn on one's own. In clan and in ilk.
But our clan was once usurped by them. We used to be in charge.
Mm-hmm. And you wish for that to change?
Yes.
Good. I touch your hand, may I?
Yes.
Like holding hand to hand, and I say, I may not know the shape of your mind, but your heart yearns for change. Your heart yearns for what is goblin. And I look at you and I see how you respond to that.
Yeah. So we've entered the move phase. I just wanted to mention, in case anybody wanted to fuck with this, it says continue your conversation, making moves and responses until you decide to part, get more intimate, and draw the curtain, or get interrupted. There are two ways that one might be interrupted by someone. First, if one of you chooses any of the answers that mention being interrupted. Second, at any time after the third move and response, any player may interrupt you by declaring that someone else enters the scene. And then, if you part, there's some different things you do with cards. So that was one move.
Yep.
Let me see.
And you responded with yes, I think.
Is that? Let me see. Okay, that still counts as the first cycle of move and response.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Uh, I flash you a suggestive grin. Do you return it?
Yes, but only for a moment. Um, uh, what do you? I don't want to get too nitty gritty here, but are you? What is this suggestive of?
I think it's hard to tell.
Okay.
I think it's like I am confiding in you, I am trusting you, and I am kind of letting you get close to me, um, but nothing specific.
Um, then, then I think my smile falters only into kind of uh, a flat grimace. Your You hold your position with tight lips. I have
I'm a
known
public figure. I must have a facade.
I
Sometimes that
lead.
facade is true, but sometimes I put on the face that I must put on for my people.
We both lead our people, Periwinkle. You do not need to lecture me on what it means to be a leader, but I think that leading with secrecy is the human way.
Well,
Uh,
okay. do you have a move, or do you want me to keep responding to that?
I move to whisper in your ear. Do you listen?
I do. What do you say?
We are more ready than I think you know. The time will be very soon.
I suspected as much.
Be prepared.
That
I
has
don't.
been 3. Does anybody want to interrupt, or should we kind of call this a end of a meeting?
I think you could take one more move. I also don't think that I get too much. Like I go back away from whispering to you, but not nearly as far as before I whispered to you.
Okay. Um, I touch your hair, or wait, what's your deal? Are you hairy, furry, scaly?
So specifically, Thyssen is well spoken, feral, and colorful. If I do have hair, it's probably still just like a little bit caked with mud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I touch your mud flakes. May I?
Um,
It's kind of like the I don't know if you have like hair on the top of your head, but it's kind of like the
mhm.
equivalent of the moving the hair out of the bangs out of your eyes kind of
Probably
energy.
like one of those like big comb overs where it's like it would be shaved on the side and then it's like long comb down to one half of the face.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but let's draw a curtain on what follows.
Yeah.
I think
I
we're
should just
there
say
for a
like
lot longer than your retinue expects.
I say something like, yeah, I see the fire in your eyes in response to like you being saying you're more ready than ever. And people can interrupt, but they don't have to. Otherwise, I think that's the end of the scene.
Yeah, I think that's where we cut it probably.
Excellent.
Okay, dang, that went better than I thought. I didn't expect that you had a Joker. Interesting.
Also, I'm gonna spend a notoriety token,
Oh, okay.
and I'm gonna put myself on blast.
Mhm.
Whoa.
I'm just fucking stirring the shit right now.
Yep.
I start a rumor that Periwinkle was originally born to the Undergree clan, but their like family died and they got adopted by a Slalazar clan that wanted to adopt like a heathen child.
Damn, that really throws a shade over what the hell just happened, huh?
We're not
Uh-huh.
we're not like siblings. We're not like
No,
it's
I
not, it's
know.
not incest. I had to point that out.
Listen, it's just gonna make things complicated.
Of course, and
Okay.
that's literally what I came onto the stream today saying I'm gonna make this complicated. I'm not trying to win. I'm trying to like stir the fucking pot.
Yeah. Pot stirred.
Cool.
Well,
Okay. We are high on looming doom, right?
yes.
Okay. I think. I think feel a little bolder. There's a little bit more of a presence, and I'm going to discard a spade in order to prevent the roll this turn by sending out patrols against the increasing threat.
What does that look like?
I think the word gets out, and there are caravans of trade going in and out of the city, but people just goblins just start to, in groups of 3 or 5 or 7, leave town and come back with a little bit more in their wagons than they left with.
Ooh.
And sometimes they leave with 7 and they come back with 3. Or they leave with 3 and they come back with 5, right? There's some number of people who are staying out on the edge, but those who are coming back are coming back with, well, with whatever a revolution might need. I can also shred notoriety to draw, right? What's the rate on
Uh-huh.
that?
Yeah, you can drop 4 fucking cards right now if you wanted to.
I don't think that's going to be necessary, but I will draw 1.
As long as you discard from 6 at the end of your turn, or down to 6
Yeah,
at the end of your turn.
I mean, I have not that many cards, but I will keep that in mind.
It's good to know that the people of Vertibog are taking up the weight of protecting this town, especially under this dire time when the militia has unfortunately had to like be a little bit more inward.
And strengthen up patrols. In fact, I think that I would like a conversation over grub with General Fanglington.
Ooh.
Play this game together at a social event to discuss current events. I think calling this a social event is strong. I think that there is a kind of and you can tell me what this would look like. I think there might be like an enlistment event or some sort of like
yes.
commemoration where the undergree turn out. We are here to support and to help with feeding some people who might otherwise not have dinner tonight.
And especially since now you know all the people within the militia that are in support of your cause.
Yeah, absolutely. This would cost. Oh, this costs a diamond card to do. Do I have one? Maybe I don't. Oh, I do.
You can always spend a notoriety token to hopefully draw one.
No, I have a diamond card. I thought it was
Okay.
hearts briefly. And I will discard that. General, how are you? Are you like dressed to the 9 for this recruitment event in like a show of force, or are you more like
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Always prim and proper.
I think I don't think that Undergree has a military uniform, but I do think they have on a jacket that like approximates the feeling. It is probably 2 different jackets that were stitched together down the middle. But it works.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that you only have 2 pieces of clothing that's stitched together as opposed to many.
I believe I'm just inviting the general to this. I don't feel the need to broaden out this conversation. Each player present draws a card, and then goes to describes the venue in the first course. Golly. Okay. So, I described the venue, right? The venue is probably, if this is a recruitment, it's probably just like a meeting hall of some description that the military has kind of moved into for this event. And the first course is just a big old soup, right?
Oh
Big
yeah.
stew, lots of veggies thrown in, whatever we could really cobble together. We're not putting on the Ritz here, but it is hearty and it's good.
But 6 out of 11 isn't bad. Yeah, that's on the higher end of the
Oh
quality
yeah,
spectrum.
yeah. How does the general look to this, and what's your mood?
Um, outwardly to like just a general goblin, he looks exactly like how that a general would look, regal, like stern. Um, but you specifically have seen him a bit more often, just because we are in similar circles within each of our houses. Uh, you can every so often catch Nash looking away, potentially lost in thought. But overall, very happy to see you.
Um, I think Vissen is similarly upbeat, um, uh, and is pretty jovial with you. I think in the middle of just like serving and like a quiet moment, the first real interaction you have is just, it took Vissen and crew an hour to get the mud. I I found where she had been passed. I knew those who dug her out, but I did not think Stinkworth would be so uh, obsessed with the fineries to be unprepared.
Just a second, you just hear see like the comic vein twitch.
Mhm.
Yes, it is good to be prepared. Always.
Yes, of course. Um, we show each other a card, or as many cards as we want.
I think it's
Take
one.
any card from your hand and show it. Notice whose card is lowest, then pool all of the cards together face down.
Otherwise, it
Alright.
would be show them. I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the ones basically you draw and put down on the table. So there'll
Yep.
be 2 cards.
Two,
Wait, what?
one from each of us.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
one for each.
All right. Now, god damn it. Now I'm curious. Are aces high or low in this?
They're low.
In this
Low.
bracket? Okay, aces are low.
They're
Man,
just
we
for
are
spite.
good, excellent. And then pool all the cards together face down. Is there like a suit primacy in the event
No.
of a tie, or
No.
just
No, just wing it.
We're tied. Yeah.
I'm happy to let the general go first. This is an event that I'm hosting. I'm not at any particular. Right click flipped it. Can you shuffle 2 cards? Does someone want to just keep moving these around while we're talking?
Let's see.
yeah,
Let's actually see. Nope. That
Yeah, you-
that flips them over.
If you put them in a stack and then you right click on them, I think you can shuffle.
Okay. Yeah. Shuffled pile. So.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So the ace
All
would
right.
be that's mine. So.
Sure. It's not hugely important. We deal these out at the end of the conversation.
Okay. Yeah. So we could shuffle them. Yes, I understood.
Yep. And everybody in attendance takes turns, starting with the person who has the lowest card. Would you like to go first or second?
I can go first.
On your turn, you choose one or more of your conversational partners, and you choose an action. Ask a topical question. Engage in a role-playing impromptu conversation. Pass, instead saying something about the food, or leave the conversation, or signal that you're no longer be taking part.
So, Nash is still very kind of stuck on the death of Lady Stinksworth, and he asked you. So, could you tell us more about the scene that you saw. Was there anything else of note? Please think carefully.
So this is which of the topical questions would this one be? There's a list on the next page. I think it's.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm bad. Okay, sorry.
No,
Let me just
think,
look at these topical questions again.
I need you to come clean about the death of Do
yeah,
you?
yeah, exactly. Yes, that is the question for sure.
I cannot say this one cannot say whether the Lady Stinkbog had been brought to the slime pit or had gone there of the lady's own intention. But it was clear that there was a state of some distress around the body. The diggers this one spoke to, they were tired. The body was deep in the muck, surrounded by strange things, unusual things that does not seem to listen, that would have been brought there to get rid of with her. The bones were light, and there was not so much left of her. It made this and think that some time had passed.
I feel my ears burning, so I'm gonna contribute a card to this this thing here.
Okay. Can you?
Yeah. So if your conversation substantially includes a clan who isn't present, signal that player.
They can contribute a card for the pool if they want to. Interesting. Yeah.
Ooh.
God, yeah, that's fun. Okay.
Oh,
cool.
Continue by all means.
Yeah. I'm feeling generous. I have brought food to this event. I'm trying to get into your good graces. General, what favor do you ask of me?
Not to say that you haven't done this, but the thing that I ask is just that you continue to take the death of Lady Stinkworth very, very seriously. And also, perhaps, listen, see, the people who do and do not take it seriously.
Your move, General.
Yes. Okay. So I hope to convince you that while I don't believe that the Stinkworth household should remain in power, that no harm should be done, or we should potentially not erroneously make claims about Gimble's himself. That we can rise above and be civil during this time of turmoil.
Hand to torso, mouth agape. You think I would make low rumors about the Lord Grimbles, Grimblethorpe, McGrimblob, Brimbleton, Nigglewhistle, Stinkworth? scion of the Stinkworth line. I have no love for Grimbles. I think that he is an ineffectual leader, obsessed with human coin and the grandioseness of his station. But I would not accuse him of the death of his lady without more evidence, even though in my heart I believe it to be true, and at this point I'm speaking loudly enough that other people in the room can maybe hear this. No, I don't think you've convinced me. I think an impromptu conversation is in order. I hear you have been getting reports from out in the border. Do we know who it is? Is it the Funglings?
It is too soon to say. However, we have we know it is what it is not. Thankfully, it is not the humans this time. But it could be either Fungling or Buggin. Potentially an alliance between the two. But
Mechanically, that's not true, but keep going.
yeah. I kind of assumed it wasn't.
Goblin are strong enough to tangle with Fungling or Buggin, including with the ingenuity of your militia and of the people of Verdebach. I have no lack of confidence in our success if we but prepare.
I agree. And this is why this event is so important, because the militia must work together with the people and create one strong force so that we can make sure that if our concerns end up being true, and it is not one but two forces attacking at the same time, we can defend.
Yes. Goblins must seek the interest of goblins, as it has always been and as it should continue to be. I have one more thing, I think, but it's passed back to you.
Ah, yes. So and before I forget, before this event is over, please, let me know which of this recipe, and then kind of holds up the stew.
It is so wise for you to bring beets into stew. Unusual texture, but grandiose. There's a bit more soup passing, more people come up and get fed, things quiet down, and toward the end of it, I hope to convince you that the militia's efforts should be spent on the border, that you can entrust the city to the Undergrease and to the people of Verdebach. Can I? And I think I will say it as, there is much turmoil in this time. The Stinkworth deception, the machinations of the church, whatever the McGop are cooking up. We as patriot goblins have our midst full of difficulty. Thyssen believes that you need worry less about the city and that the people can care for their own. Focus your efforts on the border where they are most needed and on your machines.
To that, the general waves over an attendant with leaves with words written down on them. No one can see, but the general, he looks at them, looks back to you, looks back at the paper, or the leaf, and then says, yes, this is acceptable.
spit in hand, go for handshake.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, big handshake. And I would lean in and say, then keep your most precious things to the edge of the city and to the border. We will look over them in time.
Yes. I will keep the militia on the horizon.
Do we have to comment on the food twice, or are we good to?
You can just call it whenever.
Call it, yeah.
Great. Take the pool of cards, shuffle it, and deal it out again. Everyone who contributes a random card gets a card back. So it's not just the people who played it. It also includes Monsieur Stinkworth.
So put this back here.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to do the Looming Doom and Slimy Judgment rolls at the beginning of this, but I just rolled 2 6s, so neither of them pop.
Very nice.
Okay, so-
Thank you.
So then we just take one because I've shuffled it.
Okay. After you, General.
Perfect.
I got your ace.
I got a card. Yeah.
Yeah, I too got a card.
Hey, listen, I'm interested in openness and transparency as head of the I passed my turn. I'm good.
Yeah, definitely you are interested in that with all your clandestine meetings and talking about the great Lady Stinkworth in such a manner. Like, oh my god, that line you were doing, like, I would
She's
never
been nothing but
spread
disrespect. Lady Stinkworth has been nothing but disrespected this game.
No.
Absolutely.
The funniest thing is that, at least
General
in
truly respects
Nash's
her,
mind,
yeah.
he's the only one that has shown respect, but clearly did not.
I think there is significant belief in Thison's mind, even if Thyson cares little for the success of the Stinkworth line, that if this one wanted to be respectful to the lady's memory, they'd have to constantly spit on their successor who she did not want and who likely plotted for her demise.
How dare you be
How dare
so
you.
close to the truth? All right.
All right, we got like a little bit more than an hour left, so let's keep this trucking.
Yep.
Also, these scenes have been fucking awesome, but also let's
Right.
try to keep our scenes short.
For the sake of the stream, I think everybody knows the 2 cards I'm playing on my next turn. Just it's been telegraphed.
Well, you can also play that. You don't have to play it on your turn. You can also play it during Inheriting Green Manor.
Play that during what?
The final game.
Oh.
So there's like
Okay.
a wrap-up game that like determines like how the thing plays
Oh
out
my
and leads into an
God.
epilogue. After somebody has crowned the god boss, you can immediately play your 2 jokers and do a revolution.
What a lack of decorum. Oh my god.
Okay. Cool.
But or you can do it before. Like there's a thing where it's like, okay, well, if the revolution happened and then we do Inheriting Green Manor, like what is there left to inherit is like the caveat. Cool. Magab.
Yeah. First thing
quick action.
I would like. Yeah. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to contribute to research and development, the 4 towards that,
Okay.
which brings that to 7 currently, but not preventing any rolls.
Should I do those rolls?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a 5 on the 4 for Looming Doom, so that's safe. That's a 6 on the 5 for Slimy Judgment. We're safe.
Woo.
Okay, and then I feel like given the crowd and the audience, it's kind of inevitable that in this game, Undergree feels like the favorite here. What with being the rebels wanting to overthrow power structures, so I'm gonna lean into being the capitalist villain here. I would like to make slime together with General Nash. Because the business interests are want to try and secure a military coup.
Oh
my
my god, this
God.
is a fucking mess.
Okay.
Wait, why did you steal my playbook? Hey, hold on.
Sorry,
Everybody flirting. It's great.
let me bring up stealing slime together. Okay, I know we just did this, but so the player I'm choosing to be my partner in the liaison is General Nash. I think it was an open invitation to a meeting. I think the meeting is being held somewhere where it can be secret, but that the scions of two of the great clans would meet is not surprising.
Mhm.
Some of the stuff in like Goblin Intrigue and stuff implies like a connection between industry being done by the Fangton clan. So I think that makes sense to me. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All of the Goblin Intrigue things have like potential connections between
Yeah.
every possible clan, but yeah.
So I think this is probably at a was asking you to come visit a like an office in some sort of Nagab owned enterprise to also be like quietly showing off in the background commerce and industry. I don't know, probably something. What sort of weapons does the militia use?
I mean, the militia will like kind of as a whole is just picking up the scraps from humans, but so it's a lot of uses that you wouldn't expect, right? Like so, like a short dagger would be two-handed sword. A lot of cut-off pole arms. Maybe some very particular goblins are able to smith together a goblin-sized axe. So
Okay, cool. Then I sorry.
No, I just think that along that lines, right?
Yeah, then I think that what this is a Magab facility where essentially Magab traders out in human lands essentially buy stuff at army surplus stores, bring it back to Vertibog and refit it to be used by goblins.
Perfect.
But as a not so subtle or not so subtle reminder of, hey, remember who makes your weapons, as the backdrop for this. I think the liaison itself is not illicit, but it's possible that the topics of conversation may be.
Mm-hmm.
I certainly my thinking for this is that this is a platonic meetup. I think that this isn't something more than that.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
Okay.
Good vibes.
Then first we each draw a card.
Okay.
General, how many cards do you have at this point?
Enough to where I don't have to discard. But the answer is 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then how do you look to me? What's your mood? I'm very interested in that coming off of that previous theme being how do you look to me? What's your mood?
Oh, I am.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I am. You have not seen me happier. Like the weight of the world's off my shoulders right now. Because to be fair, like, and you already know this, right? We've been talking about the planes. And how much this is gonna improve the lives of everyone by being able to travel farther, travel higher, be able to get to the humans faster. Also the views, right? Like we're gonna be able to see the great economical greatness of what planes will bring.
Be able to see the whole monorail.
Yeah, the monorail. We don't want to talk about the monorail anymore. The monorail is past news. The planes. The
too much mud.
The airboon. Yes. Yeah. So that's my mood. It's just like this is like or at least what I think you're asking me, right, is more that. That is the thing. That is the thing I thought we're going to talk about. So if you so it's like, oh, the one thing I actually really want is the aviation stuff.
Mhm. And then I think I look probably a little bit more focused than you normally see Gobson. We definitely have said hyperactive as a quality,
right,
and
yeah,
I think that's true. I think it's actively being restrained, and that effort is apparent.
Oh yeah, it's very clear that we're like our roles are in this one moment like almost reversed in mood, general like mood.
Yeah. Cool. So first, do we want to do? So I think the we start having the conversation, and it's general. We are growing increasingly concerned at the instability here in Vertebrog in the wake of Lady Stinkworth's death. There are there is much in flux right now, and it puts the city at risk. Don't you agree?
I see why you would think that, but I have had assurances that what we want, the stability, will be had shortly. We are in talks to strengthen our defenses against the both outside but also within. And maybe more for you. We will continue to be able to trade with humans and as well as between ourselves.
That is good. The order and property, General. Order and property are what we must be sure to maintain. And we, and I speaking for my clan, we would feel much more confident if a steady hand such as your own were to guide crap, I'm forgetting it. Green Manor, am I?
Yeah.
Yeah. If it were a steady hand such as your own were to guide Green Manor into this era of stability.
You see the general slightly taken aback. Well, I have great reverence for Lady Stinkworth, as you well know, and many members of the Stinkworth family. However, it would be unbecoming of myself to take that step unless it was necessary. But I will say this: if it becomes necessary, I will step forward and take the responsibility that would be given to me.
I think I smile with my wonderfully crooked teeth, and well, we fear it. It is reassuring to know that you understand the needs of necessity, and we want you to also be assured that you would have our support if it came to that, which is my way of sort of prompting you to ask for a card that you would like.
Oh my.
Well, if you are able to send let me see. Yeah, if you were able to send me armaments or your backing and kind of gestures to the like the warehouse that we were in, then that is all that we need.
Uh,
I'm asking for a spade. Sorry, if that is a request I can make, or do I have to do a number?
no, I think you could ask for a suit, right?
Yeah, you can make any kind of like specific request you want. It could be as general or as if you want, you can just be like, I don't know, give me a card that you think I'd like.
That's
You know?
fair. Yeah.
Can I, in response to that request, use a notoriety token to draw
Yeah, your right token
Okay.
can be spent at any.
at any time? Okay,
Neat.
cool. Then I will do that. Boop. Okay, I can give you a spade. Boop. Boop.
All right. And it would be dishonorable of me to not offer services in return. Do you want a card?
If you have a 7.
Very well.
And I assure you, these resources will only be put to use in helping to secure your flank, as you love to say, General.
Yes. Always guard the flanks and always make sure that your secrets are well kept. Everything in order.
Absolutely. Order. Yes. Big smile. And that's it for that for me, unless there's something else.
Yeah, no, I think big smiles is kind of a good way to end there, because we know that this is an intimate session.
Right. And I have to discard. I am discarding the 8 of clubs, or ace of clubs, rather.
Okay. And I'm still at 6, so I'm okay. Okay, so then is that your turn?
That is it for me.
Unless you
Okay.
want to spend a notoriety token to start a rumor.
I do not wish to. No, I do not wish to spend a notoriety token to start a rumor.
Okay. So for me, it would make. Okay, so on my turn, let me go back to the quick actions just to double check what I can and cannot do, or what I have the ability to do. I'm first going to do. Wait, you said at any time I can use an influence token to draw a card?
Yep.
Okay, I'll do that. Because I have to discard at the end of my at the end of a turn. Cool. I will then. Yeah, we're not gonna get to the city fair, so that's not gonna happen.
We could.
You know
It
what?
would just be such a weird like tonal shift. Like,
It
okay,
would
we're
be.
celebrating technology and
I'm just
culture.
I'm just gonna spend another one right now. Cool. I will. Then. You know what? I'm just gonna let it ride. We can roll some dice.
All right.
The military is very clearly not in standard operating order. So
Yeah,
playing
I mean,
that-
there's
playing
contention
that
within the
spade that
city.
I have, it's not gonna happen.
All right, Looming Doom. The 1, safe from outside threats.
See,
Also safe from luck. I told roll 2 1s.
Cool. So I'm going to play a heart because we are gonna dance.
Ah,
It is the new recruit ball. This is
Hell
a
yeah.
joint. So
I've never played a game of Noblesse Goblige where somebody didn't pick this game.
I'm literally was drawing for a heart
Excellent.
for this
Thank
for
you.
this moment.
you're a champion.
Okay, cool. Like I was literally drawing for a. Okay, to be fair, that is something that I had before. But I was trying to get a bigger one because this is the 2, which probably makes a lot of sense because of the turmoil everybody's in. So like this is, it's less impressive due to look at this like oh no, because what this is actually a festival kind of celebrating new recruits. This is kind of like a graduation ceremony.
Also, it's a low value heart, so it's not at all popular.
Yeah. I mean, it's not all popular. It kind of just snuck up on everybody. We're like, oh yeah, no, it's
Right.
it's the central sun. Oh no, this is exactly what we need to do, and nobody's ready for this. Not even the Fanglingtons, really. But everyone can attend, and everyone present will draw a card.
Absolutely, I'm coming.
I'm
Me and
going.
Reese will
Of
gladly
course.
attend. It's our delight and honor to serve at the behest of the Fanglingtons.
Cool.
Okay, cool. So, oh yeah, okay. So everybody at the event player was I invited, and yes, this is an event for everybody. Everybody picked a card. Okay. I'm supposed to ask somebody, and the best person to ask now is the scion of the Stinkworth House. How do you look at me? What is your mood?
So it's General Nash, eh?
How do you look to you?
Oh. Yeah, how do you look to me? Sorry.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, you oh, interesting. I picked somebody to ask those questions to me. Is that how that works?
No, you said, "How do you look at me?" And I was like, "That's a very different sentence."
Oh yeah. Sorry, no, I meant to me. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's describing themselves when they're asked.
Okay. I
How
think
you doing, buddy?
not good, not great. I have bags under my eyes. I haven't gone without sleep for a long time. I've tried to cover these bags with some mud, which just gives a strange look. Some of the pinstripes that I drew with chalk on my suit have sort of like not been maintained, so it's sort of fading away. Disheveled, I should say. My mood is despondent, maybe hateful.
Fuck, sorry.
Oh, buddy.
Grimble's having a bad one.
Grimble's not doing great.
If Grimbles was true goblin, Grimbles would be used to being dragged through mud.
Cool. That's great. So,
who said that?
So, okay. Okay, the first question that we need to answer collectively, though, is how are the vibes, traditional or progressive?
Oh, I thought we bounced around and introduced
did
our
we?
look.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
then,
Stinkworth asks someone now.
Yeah, so okay, we'll just go in the order of the kind of what we do in clock order.
Yeah, sounds good.
Reverend Reverend Periwinkle. How do you look to me, and what's your mood?
I'm looking fucking fresh.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm looking hot. It
hurts even more.
I have like a nice like kind of like thin layer of slime on my robe that like glistens in the moonlight and glistens in the light of the
Wow.
fire. I'm just looking cool. Yeah, and I look kind of cool and confident as usual.
Nice. So you are confident that's your mood.
Mhm.
Cool.
Undergree, how do you look to me? Or listen?
It's funny you should ask. I look a little bit more cleaned up than last you saw me. I have this weird layer of like almost slimy mud in my hair. It looks more uniform, more a little combed over. And I'm wearing kind of nice skulking clothes. If a criminal broke into your house wearing this, you would go, "Oh, that's a criminal," and you go, "Oh, you're really well dressed for breaking into my house." That's the vibe going on here. A nice dapper robe with the hood down, black slacks, big pockets, teethy smile. As compared to what I could only presume is the neon electric McGob display.
Yeah. I think as far as mood, I think Gobson seems it's the reverse of the previous scene where we saw them, where they were like actively tamping down their energy levels, their manicness, and this time around I'm just like I'm cutting loose. It's a party. I've bribed my general. What do I have to worry about? And yeah, for clothing, I think I am wearing probably a bright a like a white suit with a rodent fur shirt inside. And the suit itself is white, but the back of it, the suit itself is white, but it's the pant track expressionism. So it's got the multicolored mud splattered all over it, but it's probably not just the natural multicolored mud of Vertibog. It's probably artificially dyed to be even brighter and more colorful, but not actually the real deal. General, how do you look to me, and what is your mood?
The general is like the last time I was just like openly happy, but this is the stern. Like this is if there's posters of the general in like war propaganda, this is it. This is confident, cool. Looks like actually like is confident as opposed to literally the first scene that we saw with him where he's being like nitpicky. Like that is the general move. Yep. Okay, cool. So okay, let's get some. So that was the circle for that. And then we go back to I scrolled.
Do we want to cut through the collaborative answers and just
Yeah.
the question?
So we kind of know what the vibes are just because of the general like literally the card I played. So like it's probably not great.
It's a
traditional
real
progressive means
draft
more like
meeting.
are we more observing like ancient goblin like dancing practices, or are we more like being more modern?
Yep. So we're trying to be this is ancient tribe dances. This is very old, very traditional. Music's not very good though. It's like because all the good artists were like
is it some like militia horn bearers or something?
Yeah, no, I actually think what it is, the actual music comes from the graduates. So every single year, it's like it could be really good, it could be really bad, just because of like the random nature of that.
You have a bunch of like normal militia horn bearers and one undergrist, just like
Yeah.
Rugskin with a watchboard, just
Yeah. Exactly. So, who wants to? Yeah. So somebody tell me what the decorations are like.
Probably Spartan, right? Like there's a few bits of like heraldry that someone drug out of a closet from somewhere, but otherwise it's just like wood paneling, dirt
Yeah.
floors, swamp.
Is anybody being a wallflower?
Yeah, Scrimbles is definitely being
that
a
makes sense.
wallflower.
Oh, Grimbles.
Absolutely. They came out of, because they had to. But he came because he had to.
I'm gonna reword the next question then. Even though it is not tradition, do any of the goblins ingest anything that elevates their responses to the music and the dance? Did somebody smuggle something in?
Your preacher, how's that slime going? You bringing that fucking
That's
sacramental
true.
slime?
The sacramental slime.
I don't ingest it, but it makes me look glorious to everybody else. So it's
Okay.
I mean, it's a lot easier to enjoy the music and dance if everybody's feet are fucking lubricated.
He just flicks his hands everywhere with slime going, it's time for communion.
Oh, I love that. That everybody just gets like kind of a little bit coated in slime, so we like slide around. Excellent. All right,
So
let's get into this. Okay.
Yeah. Shoot. Okay.
Everybody puts one card on the table face down. These cards are going to rotate, and we will keep them in position. Like we're gonna merry-go-round this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, it's important to keep it near to yourself so they can be rotated in a circle. Yep.
And the host of the ball goes first.
Okay. So wait.
Basically, you ask one of the questions to
They
somebody.
switch cards? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's everybody asks two, but maybe like we do just do one.
I think we just do one.
Yeah.
Every time someone switches partners, you rotate all of the face down cards, passing yours to the next person in the turn order. We don't ever switch them directly, right?
No.
Yeah. So, whenever somebody switches partners.
Okay.
That is an interesting mechanical idea, though, and I will consider it.
So, okay, so this is to Salazar. A move brings us close. Your mouth is near my ear. What do you say?
Ooh. How faithful are your troops?
Very.
That's mine.
Yep. That's my question.
Cool. Stinkworth. You're are you in the mix, but you can still ask questions if you're being a wallflower.
These questions. Sorry.
Yeah, they're on the page 28.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think we mentioned this game's called A Dance Amongst the Flicker of Flames because we are all jumping around a fire pit.
Gotcha. I'm doing that as well. My heart is just not in it, but it's out of obligation. I think I dance with Nash.
Okay.
And because of our old sort of rivalry, our dance feels like a meeting on the battlefield. Do you try and defeat me?
For you, never.
I think a small smile cracks. Like, there's still some things that are the same. Yeah.
I make everybody switch partners because I switch from dancing with I think I was dancing or Nash approached me. I go to pull this one towards me. So let's rotate our cards.
Yep. Sorry.
You have an opportunity to pull me close. Do you take it?
Absolutely. There's a moment where it's jaunty, and you can tell me how gracefully you execute the dip, but
Hella gracefully.
just
That's like
leaning
this
leaning
feels
back,
smooth.
big robes, starstruck eyes. There's a there's just a moment of like you looking at them as like, oh, like you know that this is maybe the last one. And
Yeah.
I'm just drinking it in.
Hell yeah.
Um, I'm gonna direct this to Stinkworth, although I don't know that I've changed dancing partners necessarily. My animalistic urges clash with my artful grace, and I stumble. I think that there is a particularly raunchy song, and instead of going for traditional goblin dance, I just fucking thrash. I go full goblin mode, and I careen over the table. Do you help me recover gracefully, or let me stumble?
You know what? I help you, but not willingly. I have been trying to control my booginess because that's not the dance that's allowed here. And at that moment, both my arms go up in sort of like a sort of like almost like I'm holding an invisible um big noodle thing, arms in a U, and you happen to land in them. Oh, sorry.
No, it is good for goblin to cut loose. Listen, thanks.
Right.
Thank you.
It's all right. I put you gently down.
Big bow. Scamper back off to join Slalazar.
Good.
And Gobson.
Let's see here. I think I will. I'll have us switch partners one more time because I think I want to direct this one to This'n. So my movement is jubilant but challenging. Do you accept the challenge?
Ooh.
I'm gonna answer that question after you answer one of mine. Did we dance like this in school?
That's probably the last time you saw me dance like this.
Dance like this, yeah. Then on our ancient blood oath to deny each other right on the dance floor, I accept the challenge with reckless aplomb, abandoning my dance partner and throwing myself into what I can only assume becomes just like the soldiers who know what's going on, like tighten circle around, and like decorum breaks down, and people are like, "Yeah, fight!" It's completely undignified.
Excellent. So let's wrap this up. I think we should skip the rumor thing, but I feel like we kind of know what's up.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We just take the cards and then have to discard if we need to, which I do.
One to six.
I will be discarding this 8 of diamonds and 2 of diamonds.
We discard on our own turn, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, so it's past now, which is the time you said you wanted to do the.
I think we should give you one.
No,
more.
you get one more.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Let's just try to keep as best as we can.
I'll keep it very brief. I know exactly what I want to do.
I'm in danger.
I want to steal slime together with the one and only Dizen.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, sure.
This is illicit in the sense that you've been talking shit, and now the hens are coming to roost. So
I need to ask just for just for clarity, is this not
Yeah.
like a duel? Are you sure
It
this
is
is
not a
meeting time
duel.
together?
It will become clear. It will become
Okay.
clear that it's not a
Okay.
duel.
All right.
You might think that it's a duel, just because of what's the context, you know. But that is definitely not what it'll turn out to be.
Okay.
I don't think it's romantic.
Mhm.
In that sense.
I would be surprised.
Yeah. No. So we each draw a card. Is that correct?
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, by the way, I just rolled the 2 dice that I was supposed to roll, and neither of them popped, so we're good.
Oh, good. Okay.
Oh shoot. Yeah. I
All
didn't.
good.
I would have used some cards to stop it.
Mhm.
But that's fine. Okay. How do you look to me? What's your mood?
I think I'm still wearing the outfit from the dance. Like I look like a well put together burglar. Big, long, tailored dark coat, black slacks, an undershirt that's like scraps of mostly dark hue knitted together, slime coated hair.
On that note, it might actually be like fairly soon after the ball, like
Yeah.
you know, in some stinky alcove near where the dance was.
I think I also have a big kind of curved, polished wood club in hand. There's some part of me that thinks this is going to be a duel.
Absolutely, the vibes are rancid. No, for sure.
Yep.
Okay, so blah blah blah. Business. If you could. Oh, right. Okay. Can you spare a?
How do you look to me? You look the
Oh,
same.
sorry.
You look
Yes, I did.
horrible? Yeah.
I look the same. I will say my mood is changed a bit.
Mhm.
It seems this sort of it's almost night and day because at this point I am determined.
Mm-hmm. You were asking me to spare you something.
Yes. I would ask that if you could spare me a jack or an ace.
A spike card.
I have both. I'm unwilling to give them to you. Will you spare me a jack or an ace?
You have both, and you're unwilling to give them to me. I mean, fair. I have both, and I'm unwilling to give them to you.
That's completely
Oh
fair.
my god.
Cool.
This is the
Absolutely
most like
rants
close to a
vibes.
duel that this
Yeah.
for not
I
actually
know.
being a duel.
I think I'm even
Okay.
going to ask just outright. Your lordship, are you sure this is not a duel? It would be easier that way, I think.
You might
This
be
is
right.
belief.
You might be right, but I'll make this brief. Listen, would you like to kill a god?
You know, Visson believed that the affairs of Stinkworth were desperate, but this is beyond what I would have guessed.
I just need a simple yes and no.
Tell me more.
I think I found the weakness.
Of God. Of,
Yes.
Of Muck?
Yes. Unfortunately, it was discovered under unfortunate circumstances, but I'm quite sure I've worked it out by now. It took a little experimentation.
And why, pray tell, would you want to kill Muck? Muck's supporters back your claim. Outright lie.
Yeah, outright lie. Look, I don't. At this point, I don't care about the throne. But that god has done nothing but keep those pompous bastards in power. And I want to take that power away. All right? You said this might as well be a duel. Let's see what your answer is.
I fiddle with your clothing or armor, and by that I mean I grab you by the collar. May I?
Oh shit!
So what'll it be?
Uh,
Are you as feral as they say?
if you do this thing, if you kill Muck, you will survive what comes next. You will abandon your house and your seat in the Green Manor, and you will be a legend. This and
So we
that.
agree.
I have no love for Muck.
Nor do I. Right, be ready when it happens. And I grab your collar,
You may.
put you up against the wall, and there's like a moment like,
Like a goblin handshake.
what is this? Like,
I think you do that, and I say, your grip is stronger than the priest's.
I've reached for my dagger at that moment.
I still have the club.
Trembling.
I bring
Oh
my
my
hand
God.
outside and I say, does the death of your god still matter more than your petty little lordship, Stinkworth? Don't abandon course now.
You taste more patience. Have your way. Your little clergyman, I care not. He's nothing to me. Nothing.
Outright
I
lie.
mean, care about bringing down all of them. You can all burn for what I care.
I run a claw gently across your skin to break your grip on my neck. May I?
Yes. Right. Let's stay friends in the right moment.
You have
And at
an
this
odd
moment, I walk
to
in.
show your. Yeah. I will say this. I'll finish my line. You have an odd moment to pick for showing your truth, Grimbles.
Well,
And then
there were a
I
lot of other,
catch.
there were a lot of other goblins that apparently were faster than me. So,
Speed is the territory of the young.
Okay,
who said they were coming in?
me,
What?
Reverend
Oh,
Periwinkle.
Salazar the priest. I look at Salazar and immediately it's a step back. The club gets lower.
I just kind of smile. Ah, Lord Stinkworth. Hope the light of the moon finds you well tonight.
Reverend. Why, pray tell, are you here?
I was just passing through, making sure that all of our flock got home safely.
Well, I'll leave you two to it, since you've already done that. Good night.
Good night, Lord.
No, you have a good night.
No, you.
Gobspeed, Grimbles. Gobspeed.
No, you. He is determined to have the last word.
All right. I would like to put 2 cards into play. I think now is the time for it.
Oh
God,
you.
Here's the thing. You can either wait until after the thing is done, which makes you have a little bit more like power
he might-
to like hold it, or you can do it before.
What do we think is more fun for stream?
I would
I don't know.
love to build up this house of cards of like passing over this everything just to have it crumble afterwards. I think that's
Yes.
way funnier.
Okay, and I'm gonna put these 2 cards back into my hand.
Yeah, I
Also,
was gonna say, like, I'm pretty sure I win if you do this now. first.
I'm going to discard some cards here because I have to.
okay.
And then
Also, oh, go ahead.
Yep, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm actually gonna take an extremely quick turn.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Oh
sure,
my
yeah.
god.
I do both quick actions. I spend both this and this to prevent the rolls, just so that doesn't happen.
Nice.
And
Okay,
I
thank
also
you.
spend this. I also
Oh.
spend this to do to write a letter. The next
Oh.
day, you get a letter. This in asking for your hand in marriage. And if we had more
Love
time, I
wins.
would have tried to play out that mini game, but we can just kind of assume that
Yeah.
there's this thing on the table.
Love
You don't have to
wins.
answer now.
Oh, I hate it. Yeah.
God, yeah. I will raid the Green Manor for a ring. Okay. Then we move into the
Steal
end
up.
here, right?
Yeah.
Take us through, Chief.
All right,
Yeah.
let me pull up. This is the final game, Inheriting Green Manor. Oh, and sorry. I was doing Goblin Trig, so I'm gonna take a notoriety token. And I'm gonna do the one where you find tunnels under Greece. You get a thing.
Oh, I get a card? That's
Or let me see. Let me see what it says. Scrolling. This document's too big. A goblin with unusually long claws digs a set of crude mud tunnels all throughout Vertibog. Deal 1 card from the deck to the under recon. So take a card, yeah.
nice. Hey,
All right.
okay.
This is the final game. The time has come. The willowing moon has risen. The low tide of the great puddle is at its nadir. The normally submerged great temple has been unveiled, calling the goblin most worthy to collect the willowing moon jade, a symbol of the divine right to lead goblin kind that will glow as long as their clan maintains their power. The scions and all of the important figures of each clan will wade out to the temple and settle this in the moonlight. It could go smoothly or simply ending, it could go smoothly or simply ending in cheers and a hailing of a new gob boss. It could also be a complete fracas. This will all depend on the cards. Before you begin, briefly describe all the scions and their retainers. I almost like if this is like later that night. I don't know.
Yeah.
Then we can all
night.
have our sick
It's the
outfits
same
from
night,
the dance.
like wet with the blood of God, you stumble into the moonlight.
Uh-huh.
Oh Jesus.
Let's go. Goblin mode.
I
so
got
we
a
can
club
kinda
and a bandit outfit.
So I think we can describe like how we arrive and what we're wearing. What emotion does everybody carry with them though?
Just absolute elation and almost hubris as Vissen arrives with 200 goblins.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh, that's
So-
just your standard retinue, eh?
It's go time tonight, and everyone's gonna be in one place. Goblin hands will make
yeah.
light work.
In like almost mirror, it's Fanglington, but it's like I said before, in actual combat, it's not the like flowery Victorian era where it is. The group of militia is now in various actual like you would imagine human like warriors like of years past, like just multitudes of people. And for Fanglington, it is Roman legionnaires. Like imagine that type of outfit.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Gotcha.
but the only weird thing is yes, the petrified wood helmet, but it's an actual functional helmet. And two things that maybe you and a thing that you maybe never seen before is like these pair of goggles. Like they is what we know them as, but you might not have never seen one before.
Is there a big loon?
You can't see a big loon. No, why would you see a big loon? That's not
It's
happening.
interesting.
That's not a thing.
Oh my god.
Interesting. Okay.
All right, let's keep it going. We got 13 minutes to wrap this up.
I think I'm just very tense.
Yeah, I can also say my clothes are frayed. They are full of slime. And the emotion it carries nihilistic destruction.
Okay.
Periwinkle has no idea how this is gonna go, but they feign confidence. All right. To begin, everybody spends their remaining notoriety tokens to draw cards.
We do not have enough cards on the deck to do this.
Oh, then let's put the Discord pile back in and shuffle it up. Oops, wait.
Very good.
Let me. Fuck. No. How do I do this?
Oh no.
You right click on
click
the
the
number.
21,
Oh, it's the
yeah.
number. My bad. Flip pile and then shuffle. And then.
Oh, yeah. I have to drag by number.
Yep. Drag by.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna draw one.
Okay,
card.
while everybody's drawing, I will announce just the last number of donations that we've gotten.
Oh, hell yeah.
We have Marin T with a $35 donation. Quite bummed not to be able to participate or even to watch this year, but super excited on watching YouTube later. So proud to be a member of this amazing community. Thanks for organizing this once again. Looking forward to the 5th anniversary. We also have a $20 donation by Matthew Guds. I'm sorry about this. I'm sick and can't stick around, but gotta support goblins, which thank you very much. And a $20 donation from Anonymous.
Heck yeah.
Beautiful.
All right. So there is a question we have to answer is like, what does the ceremony look like? I don't know. I think we're all just at this like weird ruin that is exposed.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
And what exactly is the Willing Moon Jade? I always imagined this as like an ambergris, like a weird like thing that gets spat out of Muck's body.
Love it.
Hard.
All right. To begin, everyone spends their remaining notoriety tokens to draw cards. I think we just did that. They must then reduce their hoard down to 6 by discarding additional cards. They must also add their face up. They may also add their face up queen to their hoard. Finally, everybody reveals and places their face cards where everybody can see them.
Sorry, I have
face cards? Okay.
Or
I have
whatever your
11
final
cards.
hoard is.
My final
you have to
hoard.
draw it down to 6 before.
Oh, so everyone can see my spite cards. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn it. I wanted to reveal them one by one. That's fine. Okay.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Wait, are we just revealing the whole hand?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
The whole hand that we keep, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yep. And everything else gets thrown into discard. Yeah, I wanted to do the revolution because my hand would have been stronger, right? I wouldn't have had to discard down to 6, but it's more fun this way.
Oh my god. This looks like it's in a fucking closed case though.
Is it? I don't know.
Well, okay, we'll see what kind of fuckery people can do. Like, because I don't even have enough to usurp you, even though I have a flush. But like, I wouldn't want to because I'm aligned with you. So like, I can't do shit actually.
Well, do the jokers actually count as face cards?
Oh, they do, don't they?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. If they don't, then I have 3. If they do, I have 5.
Let me see.
If they don't, I think Fanlington has it by raw score.
Okay.
But maybe McGowan.
Jokers. These represent chaotic revolution and primordial sorcery. If it ends up in your hoard, be careful. Exposure to this fact will instantly start a rumor about your clan, getting evoked in strange dark things. A joker revealed as a discard will not start a rumor. Jokers act as pseudo face cards and have a value of 11. So yes.
Ah, okay.
Well then. Interesting.
I don't know. But let me see. What so Fanlington has 3.
Yeah. 3 face cards.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird that yeah.
Do you think it's Well, because if it's
So-
all face, then the Undergree and Fenglington would be tied, wouldn't they? It's 3v3.
Well, if jokers are face, then it's 3v5.
Then it's a 5. Yeah, then
Yeah,
it's
but
4.
I'm saying either way. Like,
Mhm.
I want to resolve this in the most interesting way to resolve this. So I'm
Mhm.
willing to consider
I
all
mean,
the
So,
options. Here.
I guess here's the question: do the Fanglingtons have a fundamental beef with the Undergree at this point, such that one of us winning means the other one loses?
I don't. I mean, it depends on how this plays out.
Yeah.
I think honestly,
Mhm.
I would think that the plan in Fanglington's mind was that
Mhm.
because I was thinking that you were lying to me
Oh,
and you were going to
did.
revolt.
I mean,
and
I
in-
was, but
Yeah, in the case of that, the plan was then to bring in the military to destroy that.
interesting.
But we have an interesting situation where you actually have enough legitimate power to where
Mhm.
I think, assuming that you keep your word about not harming. I mean, the word that you about not particularly
Yeah,
harming
I
Stinkworth.
said
Here's-
I
the
think we're
the
good.
military would have been fine.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I have a way of quick resolving this, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Undergree wins either way here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Because if you were to take power here, I have enough to usurp you,
and yeah,
and I would let Undergree win as a result.
yeah, and I don't have enough to usurp you because you have 5.
Mhm.
Because I have
Right,
4.
then let's just do the epilogue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. That seems.
Does anything happen during the spite phase? We have a ton of face cards.
I think
Spite
Stinkworth
is
needs to
ones
do
and jacks.
Spite.
Gotcha.
I think we need to know what Stinkworth's spite is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's the only
Yeah.
thing I wanted to do in this game was collect the most amount of spite cards, but that
Alright,
I didn't even do that.
Let's resolve that hella quick then.
Okay, yeah, sure. I stoke the fires. I think I literally go out and put out bait at the for whatever bad stuff is out there. I'm just watching the world burn at this point. Ace of Diamonds. Some goblins leave. Yeah. I try and convince the rest of the Stinkworth clan to go build a new Stinkworth place.
Do they take Lady Stinkworth's bones with them?
Absolutely. We will build this new land upon the bones of its old.
Mhm.
And then the Jack of Hearts is... Oh, fantastic. It's not a saboteur, it's Grimbles. It's Grimbles.
You burned down Green Manor.
Grimbles burns down a wing of Green Manor, where no, and I'll be very specific exactly what it is. It is that painting of muck that his beloved Reverend put up. He burns it down. He burns it all down.
Oh
Yes.
my god.
Mhm.
Okay. So because I have the Jack, which is Jack of Diamonds is some there's bad harvest or business failure leading to financial difficulty, and this kind of makes sense because like what just happened, which was a military revolt that is combined with the common goblin and the military, but fronted by the common people, whereas like the general was like, yeah, I'm gonna go along with this one. So I think it's like the discontent, like the actual unrest of kind of formation of whatever new order there actually is now is just
Well, and
like chaos.
And I think the financial difficulty and come of the fact that I don't think that the McGobs are looking to stick around in an undergree run of
Yeah.
Vertibog.
Yeah.
So I think the Stinkworks exodus is accompanied by the bulk of the McGobs who are pulling out, taking as much of their economic capital as they can with them, and not so Vertibog is denied that.
This is a
I do
fucking
not.
mess.
Yeah, I do not know that they are allowed to take much. Before the stream absolutely ends, does Stinkworth kill Mwok? We have to know.
You did ask what it was a year later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
So
I want to establish a theory of what muck is.
You have a minute and a half.
All right. The slime is fine, but I swim through this acidic magical slime, caring not for my life as I do so, swimming down where there's a cork stop in the ground, which I pull out vehemently, flushing muck into the sewer gladly. And they just find me there cackling, laughing out of my mind. Very magical.
So quick 1 year later epilogues. If This'n will have me, I stay by their side as sort of both like a lover and like sort of like a Rasputin type.
Oh my god.
as
Yeah.
as
Get
Muck
married in
dies,
the ruins of the manor. Uh-huh.
yeah, and as Muck dies, I like try to convert the rest of my clan who will listen to that. Like we instead of worshiping like an enslaver, we should worship ourselves and worship our own dark power.
Cool.
McGob, excuse me. Go.
I think probably they end up. I'll give them the bad ending. They end up as like now like an underclass in the human city, doing the job that the humans don't want to do.
That sucks.
That's miserable.
Oh my god.
Fanglington, I presume you maintain control of the military?
Yeah, but unlike the plans of what Fanglington Nash had, it's like I said, beneath whatever's happening with you.
All right, trans rights, we're out of time.
just say what Stu looks like as the ruler, and we'll cut it there.
Yeah. Thank you, Devin, for putting this game together, for designing the dang thing, for throwing this all together. Wouldn't have happened without you. Thank you, everybody, for playing.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody.
Yeah.
And let's pass it on to the next group. Lovely to. What are we doing? Wizards of the Waste next? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Have good fun with that.
All right.
Good night, y'all.
Night.
Good night.
Hello. Am I live? Oh, yeah, I can hear myself already. I'm gonna mute the stream. Okay.
All right.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the 12th game in Roll Plus Bond's 4th anniversary live stream. If this is your first time joining us, we're currently raising money for Trans Lifeline, a trans-led organization that connects trans people to the community support and resources they need to survive and thrive. I'm Wyatt. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm going to be facilitating the Wizards and the Wizards and the Wastes by Bats, which you can find at johnbattle.itch.io. Also, if you'd like, you can listen to the album they composed for it at nervesproject.bandcamp.com. The album is titled The Wizards and the Wastes, I believe. Yes. The Wizards and the Wastes is a game strongly inspired by Howl's Moving Castle, where wizards contracted to the royal government to take on tasks and try to make a difference during the backdrop of a terrible war. The characters cast spells using real-world texts like songs, books of poetry, and novels, and try to mitigate the corruption it does to their bodies and souls. Now, I'll let my players introduce themselves, and then I'll introduce the game.
Yeah, hi, I'm Allie. I go by he, they.
Hello, I'm Carter. I use he, him pronouns.
Hi there, my name is Coffee. You can follow me at @coffeebeans on all social media. And I also make games at allcoffeebeans.itch.io, where you can find some cool stuff and supplemental material.
Yeah, check out Coffee's games. They're cool.
Hell yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. And now we begin Wizards and the Wastes. Once upon a time, Hearthtown was a small country town in the shadow of a dark wood. It paid its dues in dreams to the king in yellow on his throne of horn and ivory, and was unbothered by the greater world. Until one